Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Fighting not only against the Nigerian government, but against the world.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop.
Going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of Biafra.
Now one na boss vive na kiti enoi. Na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Ati be kwa tula ne bovo. Timalugo no godo kokodo nya no be hule. Dani moda tunilu. Naya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali. Mama abulezi okwenu. Naba kalakelu egonezi enwe. Nubota kalakelu egonudezi. Maka na baba nenu waralu nunuteyi. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe. Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu banatayi. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makana nyuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe. Naka ni kwata milake kwa wacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamanu. Umu Biafra kuyenwe. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makano fobi abakama. La nugo no way. Biafra na bekele umulina. Nkabo nkani. Mwadati na itele wanyi biakenemi. Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our home. and the Biafra is our religion. God did not want to change a moon or be born here. Where's the can argue? I don't know what you quote. The Kemba one of Biafra land the moment. My phone the most you did, baby, get a beach and the mountain. I was about the word in my libonine. The word in my lobia from you. To make what you cool. Papa gives a can logi Filippo F. Young. I was a one walker who look kusi na Biafra ye kunyo. Na ya bo Biafra ya tulugo enate. Na bolo na ya bo Biafra e kuigo. Loko gole mwata na kana ele. Abagise kana logo nyendu manzi nande kalo. Amadike Biafra kedebe nodike. Amadike Biafra bialu.
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of the
Pagibo foye tilindilo badamula unis.
Accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. He's using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to do That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So
Biafra government they don't have exile cabinet. Natukunanda na ya ba unuba. Baka no ya solo be ya to kai maluge nuoi. Disionike. Kana lo monde Biafra revelation ami umuchuku. The angels of Biafra land be kana nuoi. The great oracles of Biafra na no. Anu weke no nama. Na no jisi kenan. Na tugo ya ba ume. Omo chukwu ne. Ase kana the Prime Minister H.E. Masi Simon Weba. Abuzi kwa bato biyo. Atwele li omo Biafra bianulu. Anonganga pio tembe wile name.
I just show you, you will not see.
Lila li omo biao. Kudwa komili na kwa lulu.
Yes.
Mwana kwa mubia kenelio. Odagiri dimu.
All the guys send me so too. You remember well.
Ose fulu bilo bia lulu weni. Makwale na kosa de malaya. Mweji mwagu kojilo sino de lonka sojilo yatiji sojilo we walasa. Abuzi kwe Matobi, Ogada Gidi Kebiano. Go to a Polania. To go there and Biafra, I know. No, I make it. I say, what I did, Biafra, and I'm more. I say, no, I don't know, then I'm. But then I bought on one, no, the line you will in. Mandanya bona nudo no way. Makana bona boke kwena bodike. Moya na no moya no. No be voye the belly no ma believe MLM. A good legacy will last forever, ma believe MLM. And the remembrance of my bless you.
Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu kikabia mapurumi ihe niile Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọbụla dị ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile si na ịdị nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensị bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi gọ ga bụ n'ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpụ isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
I want to let the world understand what the so-called founding fathers of the Zoological Republic actually said about Nigeria. Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs. They do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. Nigerian unity is only a British invention. Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, 1948, a founding father of Nigeria. The second one, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is a mere distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Now, lastly, let me tell you what Nnamdi Azikiwe said in 1964 after the so-called independence of Nigeria. It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Then, should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of Democratic Republic of Congo, which is Katanga, will be a chance play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role. These are the historical facts that nobody can deny. We have it in abundance. So their three founding fathers have, none of them actually believed in one Nigeria. All their founding fathers. But tomorrow now, you see Guardian, right, the founding father. Our founding fathers will be disappointed. But your founding fathers never believed in one Nigeria. It is here now.
The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You made somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. They said, Ade that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name. State administrators, those that feel they do not want to follow the path of Obatopie, we also welcome them to quietly and peacefully leave the United States of Biafra. Biafra promotes freedom of association. You are free to go with whomever you want to be with. That is a basic right. We are not going to take it away from you. You are free to associate yourself with whom you want to. But what we are not going to allow is being able to disrupt what we are doing. Being able to use the platforms established by Obatopie to promote your chaos and your divisive nature. Allowing you to use the plans, the maps, the regions that Obatopie has set up to continue to disorganize, disinform our people. We are not going to allow you to do that. But as long as you following whoever calls you on the phone privately, it is okay to go with those individuals. And Biafrans, we truly support you to do that. That is called freedom of association, which United States of Biafra guarantees. There are charters that we signed during our declaration in Finland. And one of that is the basic human right of individuals to associate with whomever they want to. But you cannot do that under the United States of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra. Under one command, His Excellency the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, represented by my humble self, Dr. Orabueze. Anything outside this, we wish you luck, but please leave any platform that either myself or Obatopie has established. You can inquire from whoever you want to be with. They have their own platform. They have where they are doing their own little shenanigans. You can join them there. We wish you luck, but do not be in the platform established by the United States of Biafra and be causing your havoc. On that note, I thank all the state executives that are working day and night to ensure that we all go home by the end of this year. We thank all the Biafra Defense Forces, again, the decentralized forces and some of the units that have been there. We thank you for the coordination. We thank you for what you are doing to gradually move the state of a nation with all the discipline, with all the respect, with all the dignity associated with the United States of Biafra military. That is what this new nation is working on. On that note, I thank all Biafrans that are present here, all the state representatives, all the country representatives. And I want to quickly recognize all the Biafran secretaries and the Biafra cabinets. I'm going to start with.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you're connecting from. We thank you for being part of the program today. It is another Monday, and I say welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone, wherever you are joining from. If you are watching from YouTube, where we're hosting the program, or you're watching from Facebook, or you're watching from TikTok, I welcome you, I appreciate you, and I thank you for being part of the program. Please like and share the program wherever you are watching. If you're watching on TikTok, please kindly tap on the screen and share. Tap on the screen and share so that others can be able to join us on this program. If you are watching on Facebook, you can do the same. Like and share the program to all platforms where you belong. And those who are with me on David Harbour channel, where we are hosting this program every blessed day, I urge you to do the needful, as you always do. Like and share. It is your liking and share that is going to promote the content. The social media network is not our friend. They are not promoting our program. It is you and I that will make others to join us and hear us out. This is our responsibility to preach the gospel and tell the world what is happening to our dear nation, the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra was declared on the 29th of November 2024. For those who are joining us for the very first time and those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform where you're watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. That is where we stand. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. All we do here is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. All we do here is to expose the lies that the enemies are telling against the Biafra people. What we do here is to bring to light the war that Nigeria is fighting against Biafrans that they are hiding. They declare this war to be open in their unconventional media through their chief of army staff. He called it a conventional warfare. Later on, he came back and said it's a guerrilla warfare, a jungle warfare. But in all these statements, you know what war is all about. When a military man tells you about war, it is not play, it is not a joke, it is not to entice you. It is, when he says war, it means war. And this war has been going on in Biafra territory. No media network cares to go and find out how they are carrying out this warfare. Nobody is paying attention. The conventional media is not paying attention. The international media is not paying attention. Not even the investigative journalists. None of them is paying attention to what is happening in Biafran territory. That is why we, the Biafran people, under the United States of Biafra government, have decided to continue to bring this information to the whole world, to let the world know what is going on in Biafran territory. So you wouldn't say you didn't hear. When we begin to take action and respond, you will know why we are responding. That is why we are speaking on different platforms. We are not shouting or talking that somebody will come to our aid or do something. We know that some, for example, the United Nations will never do anything. They will never, ever come until when we are wiped out. And we will not allow that to happen. We will continue to stand up for ourselves. We will continue to pursue self-defense to defend our lives and properties, our children, our mothers, and our sisters. We will continue to defend them against the terrorists in our land. Nigerian government today, we know, is a terrorist government, and they are sponsoring terrorism against their own citizens. There are evidence everywhere that you can see. It is not just because I'm saying it here to blackmail them. It is not a blackmail. Amnesty International can confirm that. The United Nations is very much aware of what I'm saying. So it is not a blackmail. It is the truth that Nigerian government is sponsoring terrorism against its own citizens. But it is sad that the whole world is watching from a distance and they say nothing about this issue. Well, we are left with no choice than to defend ourselves. That is why the Biafran people are defending themselves as we speak. And in this platform, we come to give you update on how we are defending ourselves. The lies they are telling about us, the propaganda against us, we debunk them in this very channel. The lies they tell against the Biafran people, against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. They have intensified their propaganda and blackmail, even using people who are Biafrans. They use our fellow Biafrans to push this propaganda, the blackmail and confusion among the Biafran people. But I thank Chukwu Okuka Abiyama that most of all Biafrans know where we are, we know what we want, and we know what we are supposed to do. That is exactly what we are doing. Defending our life, speaking out, and let the world know the true situation in Biafran territory. That is what we do in this platform. Every morning when we come here to speak on this platform, it is always an interactive section. That is why I post my link out there. I give a link for people who want to join me on stage to feel free and join me on stage and also make their contribution. If you want to join me, it must be on YouTube where I am hosting the program. For those who are watching on Facebook and those who are following us on TikTok, it's unfortunate you cannot join me live until when we decide to come up to conduct a live program either on Facebook or on TikTok, then you can join. But if you have an important information to pass or you want to join us on stage, please join us on YouTube. When you come to YouTube, go to the comment section, you're going to see the link. Follow the link, you come in and you make your words known. You can come up with any argument or any question you have. The only thing that qualifies you to join me on stage is for you to be a human being. There is no law that says that you must be a Biafra to join us. Whether you are a Biafra or non-Biafra, whether you believe in what we're saying or you don't believe, whether you are one Nigerianist or not, whether you know, whichever camp you belong, no matter your orientation, no matter your religion, you are free to join me on stage on David Harvard channel on YouTube and bring your superior argument. Bring on your superior argument. We can learn from you. You equally learn from us. We are here to provide solution because we know that Biafra, the United States of Biafra, is the only remedy to the atrocities of the Zoological Republic today against its own citizens. We are providing solution. We are providing solution. Biafra. That is the only remedy. It doesn't matter how you feel. You can continue to get angry when you hear Biafra. You can continue to hug the transformer. You can continue to jump up and down. It will not change anything. That is the ultimate solution to the atrocities that is happening today in Nigeria. The only remedy. And until you recognize that, you will continue to wallow in trouble and you will continue to expose your life to danger. We have come again today to discuss. And if you want to join us, feel free to join us on David Harvard channel. Bring on your superior argument. You are welcome. The only thing we ask from you is that when you are joining us on program, please make sure you appear in a decent manner. We cannot admit you to this program just putting on your singlet or appearing naked. We will not admit you. But as long as you present yourself in a decent manner, we will admit you in the platform and you will make your argument and present your own words, ask your questions or make your contributions, and I bet you the Biafrans are listening. Members of the cabinet of the United States of Biafra are watching and listening. The Deputy Prime Minister, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, is observing this channel. The Secretary of Information, Dr. is observing this channel. And I bet you every single information you pass here, either contribution, question, or whatever, it will be attended to. All we ask is that when you are presenting your issue, please do that in a civil manner. Conduct yourself in a civil manner, whether you are asking a question, you're making a contribution. It doesn't matter how angry you are. It doesn't matter how dissatisfied you are with what is going on. Please conduct yourself and present your case in a civil manner so that the whole world can be able to digest. More especially the Biafrans can digest what you are saying and changes can be made where necessary. I appreciate everyone that have conducted themselves and spend their time to be with me on this platform on daily basis. Every day I come here, even when I'm late, you are still there waiting, and I appreciate every one of you that is joining me on this program. Without you, I can't be able to be hosting this program on daily basis. But your presence is always an encouragement for me to continue to host this program, and I will continue to do so as long as Chukwu gives me life and strength. I will always be here to speak up for my own people. It is about my own life. We have become an endangered species in our own territory. And it is not a selfish request or demand. It is a demand for everybody, every indigenous person in that contraction called Nigeria to have a sane place to live. It is something that has to do with the life of every indigenous person, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, whoever you are. What we are asking for today will affect everybody positively. It will affect everybody positively. Everybody will have a sane place, a very conducive place to grow at their own space, at their own speed at the same time. There will be a healthy competition. That is what we are asking for. Nigeria is not the first place that has been done. That's done in places in the Europe, it has done in America, it has been done in Asia. Why wouldn't it be done in Africa? For people to live a sane life and live a life where people will be satisfied. Why? Why is it so difficult? Once again, I welcome every one of you that have joined us on this program. And remember, as I always say, we have two most important days of the week. The 2 days we have in the week that are very, very important to everyone that is genuinely pursuing the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. There are 2 days that are very important to us. It is Saturday and Monday. Saturday is the day we come to raise fund for humanitarian aid to support the restoration of Biafra and the saving of lives of Biafran people. We do that every Saturday. The next day that is very important is on Monday. Monday is a very important day because it is a day that the Biafrans have come together to agree that we will continue to sit at home to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and every Biafran political prisoner. A day we have chosen to show the world that Nigerian government have lost legitimacy in Biafran territory. A day that we come together to legitimize Biafran government and delegitimize Nigerian government. Monday is a very, very important day. A day that we come together to show the whole world that the Zoological Republic and its officials have lost legitimacy in Biafran territory. It doesn't matter where they are, whether from the governors, whatever post you are holding in the military, in the police, in politics, whatever post you are holding for Nigerian government in Biafran territory, you have no legitimacy. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa, have said it time and time again and gave you time to leave Biafran territory. And you refused. Under the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi, she has given also 60 days ultimatum. And we are counting. And I bet you it will never remain the same after that 60 days. Do not say you are not warned. Whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran and you are serving the enemy in Biafran territory. If you are in Biafran land and you are standing in any way, in any manner, for Nigerian government in Biafran territory, you are doing that at your own risk. And I bet you will be treated as a terrorist. You'll be treated as a sponsor of terrorists. And whatever comes against you, you are going to face it. The warning has been given again and again and again and again. This warning started coming all the way from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the prime minister, continued on that message. And today, the deputy prime minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, have given 60 days ultimatum. And yet, some of them, they never take us serious until when things begin to happen. They never take us serious. But I bet you, you cannot eat your cake and have it. Whether you are a Biafran, regardless your tribe, and you are serving in Nigerian government, more especially in their military or their police, you are bearing arms in Biafran territory, and you are not the Liberation Army of Biafra. You are doing that at your own risk. And I bet you, the anger of the Biafran people is going to come upon you. And when it comes, you will never, ever go scot-free. Remember, we do not have prisons to keep prisoners. We do not have detention centers to keep prisoners. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always said, once you are found in Biafra territory committing any crime with arms, all in the name of Nigerian government, we will send you to God. It is only God that will judge you. We don't have that power to judge you. We have no place to keep prisoners. We have no food to feed the prisoners. This warning has been coming again and again. And I bet you, if you do not take heed to this warning, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe or your location. And you are working for Nigerian government against the Biafran people in Biafran territory, your days are numbered. Today is Monday. A very special day. And if you turn your satellite to Biafra land today, wherever you are, if you turn to your satellite to Biafra land, you will see what is going on. that the Biafran people today are sitting at home, as always, undeterred. Nobody is enforcing it. This is something that the Biafran people have chosen for themselves. This agreement we have agreed by ourselves that we will continue to sit at home until our land, Biafra, is freed. And the Biafrans have been obeying this for almost 4 or 5 years now. Biafrans have been obeying this now for almost 4 years and still counting. And we will continue to obey this instruction and continue to implement it until we go to the promised land. As we speak, Biafra land is under lock and key. Nobody is making any enforcement. This is an agreement that Biafrans reach within themselves, and they are keeping the agreement. Against all odds, against all the blackmail, all the propaganda, in the midst of all that, the Biafrans are showing the world that they have made their choice. And I use this opportunity to appreciate every Biafran that is participating on this very program. Sit at home every Monday. Every Biafran that is participating on this very sit at home. Against all odds, the government of Nigeria have tried in all means to discourage Biafrans. They have tried on several occasions to push their lies and blackmail and propaganda. But in the midst of it all, Biafrans have continued to sit at home to show the disapproval of the Zoological Republic and their government. We know that Nigerian government is a terrorist government. And when we say this in our platform, it is not a propaganda or a blackmail. It is the truth. A fact that you yourself that is watching me, any place you're watching from, you can verify. If you're a Nigerian, you will only be lying to yourself if you say you do not know that Nigerian government is a terrorist government. And if you're not a Nigerian, it will sound strange to you. How can a government be a terrorist government? All you need to do is to focus on the information. I'm not even telling you to look at the information coming from the agitators. Go to the information that is coming from the Nigerian government itself. Go and look at what the Amnesty International is saying about Nigeria. Check the information that is coming from the United Nations about Nigeria. You will understand that Nigeria is truly, truly a terrorist government and a failed state. But what baffles me is why the United Nations is not trying to weigh in. The United Nations is not taking responsibility. This is one of the reasons I said that the United Nations is not united. It is just for a certain group of people. Each time there are crises in Africa, they will only wait until millions lose their life before they will come in. Not just in Africa, many places where there are crises, before they come to provide solution, they will make sure that millions of people lose their life. That was why one of the heavyweights in the United Nations had the boldness to tell Mazen Nandekano that he should go and start doing something. When Mazen Nandekano was presenting the case of Biafra in United Nations, they told him, Mazen Nandekano told them, we fought war for 3 good years. And later, they told us, no victory, no vanquish, and we stop. And they told Mazen Nandekano, why did you stop? That was what one of the heavyweights in United Nations told Mazen Nandekano. They told him, why did you stop? Why did you stop? That alone will show you that these people will never come on until they see us do what we have to do, according to their own terms. And what we have to do, defend ourselves. Just like an adage says in the Igbo language, it says, I am we fire and a police are here. That before a police will come into issue, something must be happening. Police doesn't just come. Something will be happening, then they will come. And that is what they're expecting us to do. And as I speak, we cannot fold our hands and continue to lose lives. We cannot fold our hands and continue to watch genocide being committed in Biafra land. We have to wake up and do what we have to do. That is why today, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Eba, and today, on the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, the United States of Biafra government is doing everything humanly possible to protect life and properties of Biafrans in Biafran territory. And we will continue to do so until we are completely free and home on the ground. Today, United States of Biafra is fighting for recognition. And in that fight for recognition is going on a very high scale. Remember, just as Mazi Simon said in his program, he told us that the fight and pursuit of the restoration of Biafra is on phases. We are pursuing it diplomatically, we are pursuing it politically, we are pursuing it in armed struggle, and again on self-disobedience, civil disobedience. These four key methods we are applying to restore Biafra is on a very high scale. The four methods, which are the plan, structure put in place by Mazi Simon Ekpa, those structures are functioning very, very effectively on a very high scale. You come to the diplomatic level, the diplomatic moves are being made by our private lobbies that have been taken over by the United States of Biafra government. There are so many private lobbies that are working for the United States of Biafra government, trying to present the case of Biafra where it needs to be, trying to speak to the countries of the world. That notwithstanding, we have liaison offices across the world, in many countries of the world. We have liaison offices, and in every place where we have liaison offices, the case of Biafra has been registered officially. Today, after the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra on the 29th of November 2024, the government of Biafra have been able to write officially to countries of the world. And you can see the updates that are coming on a daily basis. The last country that was written that we saw, which the Deputy Prime Minister posted, and it was posted on the platform of the Biafran government, was France. France has been officially informed about the redeclaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra. These are things that are going on and will continue to go on. It does not matter what the enemies are doing. It does not matter their propaganda and their blackmail. We will never stop. Then when you claim to civil disobedience, in civil disobedience, you can agree with me that for so many years today, we continue to sit at home every Monday. Like today, as we speak, in Biafra land today, Biafra land is under lock and key, completely shut down. Against all odds, the Zoological Republic government have tried by all means necessary to see if they can discourage the Biafrans from sitting at home. They went ahead to push blackmail and propaganda against the Biafran people that the sit at home is being enforced. They tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, and in all the time they tried, they have always failed. It's been more than 3 years, 4 years now counting, and Biafrans are still sitting at home. As we speak today, Biafra people in Biafra land are sitting at home, and Biafrans are ready to sit at home until our nation Biafra is fully restored. When you come to the defense of Biafra land and the armed struggle, the United States of Biafra government have decided to embark on the decentralization of the Liberation Army of Biafra. Today, we have the Liberation Army of Biafra in the 40 states of Biafra. The 40 states of Biafra has the Liberation Army of Biafra. That is why some Saturdays, donations are being made state by state. You support your own state, whichever state you come from. Whatever donation you make on the fundraising goes to your defense of your own state. The 40 states of Biafra land, we have the commands. There are commands in every state. Decentralized army, that is what we have, so that Biafra land will be protected effectively. And as I speak, a lot is going on. This is not the time of advertisement. This is not the time of clapping and shouting and posting online. It is not. We are done with that. What matters today is the complete defense of Biafra land from the invaders. And there is no going back. It does not matter the propaganda and blackmail they push ahead. We will not be deterred. And you as a Biafran, it is your responsibility to make sure that your own land is defended. We will continue to do what we are supposed to do, everything that we need to do it, and we shall overcome. Monday have remained a sacred day for the Biafrans. The whole world is watching. The Monday referendum have continued. It's lasted for many, many years now. There is no other referendum we can talk about that will be greater than this. Even though we conducted the self-referendum, which had more than 50 million votes. And yet, you can imagine, the world is not speaking. The United Nations is still adamant and kept quiet. But we will never stop. It doesn't matter how they try to discourage us. This is about my life. It is about your life. And none of us must step back. It is not a selfish pursuit of self-determination. Anybody who cares about human life in Nigeria, this is not just about the Biafran people. It is about the indigenous people in that contraption, regardless their religion, regardless their tribe. There have been several atrocities committed against these people. And I can bet you, from all indication, the foreign forces of the British are the ones sponsoring the evil that is happening. And they have been able to capture the political sect. The political sect in Nigeria are not ready to speak up for the citizens. Every single one of them, men and women, are in support of the terrorism against the citizens. They are promoting and supporting terrorism against their own citizens directly and indirectly. That is why if you are in that contraption called Nigeria and you are still listening to a politician, it doesn't matter who they are, whether they are your brother, your sister, your mother, your uncle, your father, and that person is a politician in Nigeria, you are listening to them, you are digging your grave. You are digging your grave. It's just a question of time. It's just a question of time. These are a bunch of criminals that have been gathered together by the British authority through their policies to make sure they keep you enslaved. There is no other way to explain it. Nigeria was not meant to be from the onset. It has never been a country. It has never been a nation. Even the people they celebrate and call their founding father never believed in what they are profiling to be his unity today. There has always been call for people to be on their own, even as we speak. In as much as it's only the voice of the Biafra that is louder, every other indigenous person will wish to be on their own. That is the truth. If you are not a Nigerian or you're a Nigerian, you're telling yourself the truth. Make inquiries, investigate, ask questions. You realize that people prefer to be on their own than what you are seeing in the zoo today. The reason you are having massive insecurity in Nigeria, where hundreds of people are losing their life every blessed day. And when I speak about this loss of life in Nigeria, it is not a joke. It is not a propaganda or blackmail. It is not. I am talking about reality. The number is even much more greater than we can mention. I wish I could be able to share videos with you on the social media. But most of the videos we have, we cannot be able to share. We can't be able to share because of the restrictions we have. If we must have a platform to speak, there are certain things we cannot be able to show on those platforms. But these are facts. Hundreds of people are losing their life on a daily basis in Nigeria in the hand of the terrorists. There are thousands of videos out there on social media, which most of you have seen. And in most cases, people see this video and they deny it. They pretend they're not saying it. We have seen people that have been captured and they confessed. This is happening to every indigenous person, regardless their tribe, regardless their location, it is happening. But as Chukwu Government have it, maybe it is because of this outspoken man heart that we have that made Biafra to be in that very zone. Today, it is only the Biafrans that have the boldness to come out and speak openly and criticize what is happening. Speak. Not only speaking, they go ahead to end it. Provide solution. That is what we are doing as Biafra. The only remedy to all these atrocities, the loss of life we are seeing today in Nigeria, is Biafra. That is why we urge everybody that cares about human life, those who are preaching humanity, those who are talking about human rights. It does not matter your religion, your race, your location. The only thing you can do to the people, indigenous people in that country we call Nigeria, is to call for the disintegration of that country. Let the country be divided along tribal lines. Let the country be divided along tribal lines so that this very quest that is causing the death of innocent people, innocent children, mothers and women, will die a natural death. Once you decentralize, once you disintegrate this very country and let people go according to their tribal lines, people that have similar value system be on their own. This is a country that is naturally divided. Naturally divided. You don't need to do much about it. Naturally divided. The people in the northern part of Nigeria are different from people in the southwest. People in the southwest are very different from people in the southeast. And people in the middle belt are different. Why is it difficult for this disintegration to be done peacefully and everybody will be on their own group, in their own space, at their own speed? Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask? It is not much to ask. But because of some people who have their own interests ahead of human life, more especially all the Western countries who are in Nigeria busy milking the mineral resources for their own selfish interests. Today, they are busy pursuing gas in Nigeria. They are busy building gas pipelines from a region where lives are being lost on a daily basis. A region that has not been developed. A region that has been over-polluted. Today, they are still busy milking the economy of that very area, trying to take resources from there. Today, they are shopping for gas. All the European countries are in this very game, shopping for gas, led by the British. They do not care about human life in Nigeria. All they care about is themselves. All the British is after is to extort as many resources as possible and take away. The same thing with the French. The European countries are just focused on that, but they never care about human life. In a country where thousands of people are losing their life, yet none of them is making a move. None of them is taking an action. None of them is even speaking to the government. Instead, they are busy strengthening their bilateral relationship with Nigeria in the midst of all these atrocities. They are busy strengthening their bilateral relationship with Nigeria. The only country that is about to speak openly is the United States under Donald J. Trump. It is only Donald J. Trump today that the House is speaking and talking that the government should impose sanctions on Nigeria for the atrocities of the government in that contraption called Nigeria. But every other country have looked elsewhere. They never care. Nobody wants to know. It's about interest. As long as their own interest is protected, they care not about human life. These are the same people that will come and preach to you about human rights. These are the same individuals that will come to you and they preach to you about human rights. Where are the rights of the Biafrans? Where are the rights of the people, indigenous people in that contraption called Nigeria? Where are their rights? Where are their rights? Where are the rights of the people in that contraption called Nigeria? We have been left on our own to fight, and we are going to fight for our life. It is only a tree that we hear that you want to cut it down, and it will still remain in that position. Only a tree will do so. Only a tree we hear that you want to cut it down, and it will still remain in that position. No other thing does that except a tree. But definitely, we are not trees. That is why today the Biafran government is implementing self-defense to the highest level. And we will implement it. International law supports self-defense. African peoples and human rights law supports self-defense. The Zoological Republic called Nigeria signed up to self-defense law also. So we are not committing any crime, even though they try to blackmail us that we are committing crime. We're not committing any crime. We are only defending ourselves, and we will continue to do so until every inch of Biafra land is protected and defended. It is sad, the situation we have found ourselves in that Zoological Republic. But no matter what they do, no matter how they try to bring us down, no matter how they try to talk us down, we will never give up. We will fight until the last man standing, and we will continue. The Zoological Republic called Nigeria is a place that is not meant for human beings to be. It's a place that does not represent a human place. Just like when our Supreme Namazen Nandekam was referring to the zoo as Nigeria as a zoo, many people did not agree with him in the earlier stage. So many people didn't agree with him. But today, every one of them is using that very language of Mazen Nandekam to speak. Everybody have finally agreed with Mazen Nandekam today that Nigeria is nothing but a zoo. It is no longer an offensive word that you say. They say, what do you say? No. Today, even people are saying that calling Nigeria a zoo today is an understatement. And I want to play a video before I will welcome. I can see some people are there with me already. I can see my beloved sister Obioka, I can see my brother Christian already here. So before I allow you to speak, you're welcome, my beloved sister Obi, and my brother Christian, I welcome you. So before I will allow my beloved sister Obi to speak, and then Christian, let's just listen to this video for you to see the kind of people you have in Nigeria who call themselves politicians and representing Nigeria, even women among them. You see the way they value human life and the way they make argument on behalf of terrorists. Let's hear her out.
Maybe because of the food we eat now, we eat so much of Maggi, we have become so impatient that we don't want to listen to each other. We don't want to, provide solutions that will be workable to our country. Mr. Speaker, I sit here, my colleague is saying the cattle and the herdman, values his cows more than the lives he is killing, which is not true. You can't sit down here and just make conclusions. Yes, the herdsman values even the life of the cow more than his own life. That is how God has created him.
No cow, not even 10 billion cows, is up or has enough value like a human being. It's not up to one human life. So when you say God has created them in such a manner that they value their cows more than human beings, I find that very insulting and demeaning.
You can imagine what the argument somebody is making in a house. You can imagine the kind of people who call themselves politicians and representing a woman coming up to say that herdsmen value their cow even above their own life.
Wow.
So they have the right to take your own life. If they value cow above their own life, how much more you yourself? And you see the other man coming out to challenge her. Can you imagine such kind of people being on such position, representing what I don't know? This is where we find ourselves. My beloved sister Obio Kabo, let's hear from you. Go ahead and speak to us, my sister. Unmute yourself.
I would like to be listening. I'm at work, and we are mixed up here. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. My brother Christian, happy new week.
Yeah, brother Chooks, happy new week to you. Well done for the job. So I can see that the usual sit at home is going on very well. It's a good thing. The people they've made their opinion very clear to the world, that they are leaving Nigeria. So, but
Yeah, anybody who still believe in one Nigeria, I have a question for you. You know, whether you're a Biafran or you are not even Biafran or Dudu or whatever. The question is, what exactly do you think that the future of Nigeria holds for you? Because there's no future. There's absolutely no future for anybody. The only option is because I think it was 2 days ago I listened to the Sultan of Sokoto, you know, when he made a comment, and most people couldn't really like read meaning into what the guy was talking about. That the banditry, the terrorism, so to speak, has come to stay. That to end it, that it will take. I think the word he used is he said it will take decades. Yeah, it will take decades, or yeah. If that it will take decades to end it, and that is if how did it like if at all, yeah, that is the word. He said it will take decades to end the banditry or terrorism in Nigeria, if at all.
If at all it will end.
If at all it will end.
Imagine.
Okay. So like I said, my question for these people, including Biafrans who believe in one Nigeria, the P2Bs of this world, and the rest of them, you know. So obviously, because from my own assessment, there are just two options, only two options for everybody, whether you are one Nigeria or whatever, just two options. So, and one of the options is to break away from your own country. It doesn't matter how many group or number that Nigeria breaks, but the only solution is you have your own country, you form your own constitution, your own law that will guarantee what you want to do. You know, the people you allow into the country, the constitution will guarantee you have the right to decide who comes in or who doesn't come, just like Trump is doing. And if they come, the law of the land, they must have to abide by it. That is the only way. Yes. If you so already, like we have also decided as Biafrans, we have our constitutions, we have our religious guidance and the rest of it. You cannot impose anything on people. No, this is a country. What they decide to do is what they will do. If you are coming as a visitor, it's either you abide by it or you don't come. You stay in your place. So that is one option. That is one option that we safeguard. That is, you go to your own country. So if these Fulani from the Sahel region, if they are coming as they have allowed them all into Nigeria, if they are going to come, they will have to abide by it. The other option is to just surrender now to them and say to the Fulani hijack Nigerian system that you've won, okay? You have won. We've accepted to be Islamized, that we all become Islamized, and the Sharia law, thank you so much, we be your humble servant and worship. You know, those are just the two options. Anything other than that, I ask you to be, you are wasting your time. You are looking for just your personal aggrandizement, your personal legacy. Just like Tinubu, they have nothing to offer but just their own legacy. That, like P2B in particular, just legacy, because it's not going to stop. So look at what the Sultan said. This thing, nobody can stop it, because they will never, these marauders, this Boko Haram, the ISWAP and the herdsmen, it's not going to stop. There's nothing we do to stop it. Okay. No way. It's been going on now for more than, I think, more than maybe 15 years or more. It's getting worse. It's getting worse every day, and it's going to get worse because the people. So that is the thing that I think that is one option or advice we'll be giving those one Nigerians, the Biafrans, all these Showore and the rest of them. So if you are prepared to live forever in Nigeria with this continuous, perpetual terrorism, and because if you look at a country like America, or even UK, yeah, they battle terrorism within, but they find a way to deal with it. Okay, so they really go out, they do everything, anything they have to do to bring it down, to deal with it. But that's not the case of Nigeria, because Nigeria is the system that is creating it, supporting it, because they have the agenda. And the system is that Fulani hijack Nigerian system. This is what I tagged it. Fulani hijack Nigeria. They run the show. Even Tinubu, you see there, they asked him, go and sit down there. This you will do, this you will do, that you cannot do. They gave him a parameter, they gave him a template, or they just gave him conditions, things you can do, and that is why, like all this while now, the Euromi problem, Euromi saga. It's been going on in all the region, including his own so-called state. If he's from there, I don't know. But he never spoke. He never said nothing until it happens to Fulanis, Northerners. Then he begin to give ultimatum to, So that's to tell you who runs the show, who owns. So he may just be there as president, but he's not in charge. Absolutely not in charge. And we understand the game he's playing. He's just there to do what he has to do and win second term, and at the end of his second term he wash his hand off and go away. You people, you can continue. So obviously I think people need to ask themselves the hard question. Ask yourself the hard question: what will Peter Obi do differently if he comes there? If at all, that is the big if. They allow him there. What is he going to do differently to stop the insecurity ravaging every region in the country? He has no capacity. There's one they call, what is his name? Shehu Sani. Shehu Sani, yeah? You know Shehu Sani? Yeah. Those are the people. I have them all on my list of people pretending to be liberals, democratic, but in actuality, they are not. In actuality, they are not. Trust me, my brother. They are all proponents of Islamization of Nigeria. He just came out.
He was the one that hosted Hamas in Nigeria.
Exactly. He hosted Hamas when they came to Nigeria, telling them that they have, in Nigeria, they have friends. So he hosted them. The whole world saw it. Now, he just came out a few days ago to say that those that kill Northerners in Uromi, that they must be fished out, that there's no excuse, no reason for the police not to be able to get them because their images were there. They saw them on camera. So, and I asked myself, and I said, okay, what about the people that killed and burned Deborah? They had their images to their picture. In fact, they were brandishing the matches, right? Yeah. Why is it that they have their image? Why did they not arrest them? No, they all kept quiet because it's Islam. So how about all the people killing Southerners in all the region? Why have they? So you begin. I mean, these things are so clear for everybody to see. The game they are playing. I won't even say double standard. It's just a calculated effort to capture the whole Nigeria. That Shehu Sani was just saying it a few days ago. And nobody is asking, because people, the media, they don't hold them to account so they can get away with all sorts of rubbish. Why would somebody not ask that Shehu Sani? You are telling the police that they have no reason not to capture, to arrest the people. So why do they not capture the people that brandish matches on Deborah? Till today, they cover it up. And the media, their so-called media, this channel, Arise and the rest of them, these people, they are even the worst in my own assessment. These people are the worst. Do you know that all this channel TV you see? Now, British, oh my God. It's not, when you people, they just put somebody like to front it, maybe
they
one.
They have been bankrolled by the British.
Of course. Now the British, now just like the SARS. You remember the history of the SARS? The British create them, they bankroll them. Exactly. That's how this Arise TV and Channel TV. I live here. I'm digging things, but they will put somebody. You go say Nduka, blah blah blah. Lie. They are being bankrolled, so they are using it. My brother, make I give other people chance. Make them talk.
That's what they are using as their propaganda, their media. That is the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
It is so sad. It is so sad. Before I allow my brother Greg to speak, let us listen to this very video. You will see the confession that was made by one of the kidnappers that was captured. This video was some time ago, but I just want us to revisit that video for us to see the confession that was made by a kidnapper that was captured. The Fulani kidnapper.
I am in my hometown, Anegbete, in Isako Central Local Government. This is the net these kidnappers put on the highway so that when the vehicle or when any vehicle is coming, the net will just enter the vehicle, roll the tires, and probably the vehicle will not be able to run again. And the kidnappers will just come automatically. They will block the person and they will kidnap the person. So as at last night, there is this Fulani kidnapper, a boy, it's a Fulani by tribe, as I'm seeing him, because they have spoken to him. He said he's Fulani. Him and himself, him and his gang, they tried to kidnap somebody who was coming to Anegbete last night. And the person, knowing fully well that things like that are about to happen, when he entered the net, he started driving with speed. And the speed was able to cut off the net, but one of them jumped on the vehicle, dragging the steering with the guy. And the man drove with speed and he brought the guy to Anegbete because the guy held the vehicle very tight. When he brought the vehicle to Anegbete, fortunately, the vigilante group were able to block them. They were on duty. They were able to block. I think that's the chairman, it's Mr. Monday Osigala. They were able, the vigilante group, they were on duty. And they blocked them that last night. And they were able to apprehend the guy. I'm going there right now. People will see the Fulani guy we are talking about. Funny enough, the funniest thing now is this, that when this guy was apprehended last night, he has been boasting that he has been to area command and that they have always released him. That criminals will never finish in Nigeria, and that no matter how they torture him, he is not going to say anything. So now you say no matter what the police do, you not go talk anything, Abi. You not go talk, and you go continue to the thief. You now continue to the kidnap people. Now so you not going to do like that.
They no go fit come, ma.
The head.
Even though they carry anything, they no go fit come.
They no go fit come where una dey.
They no fit shop that money. They no fit carry and they go kill Bature.
How many of una?
Now the one Jalil with my own second one. Now 3 will be.
Which bush una dey?
Now you know say now the same place we dey with the Jalil.
Who be Jalil?
The one why they kill in Nepal. The one why they kill Bature, they carry Bature go Libya, go na Namai, go na Ethiopia. They say the one carry.
But na Nigeria be you be abi na Niger you be?
Me na Nigeria I be.
You be Nigeria? Which state?
Na where state where I dey.
Which state you be? Katsina be Kado abi where you be?
For both place. No be say na him na. Yesterday, no be here, they come and grab me. You see clothes why they carry.
Because what I am saying right now, before I finish this video, when this boy was apprehended by the vigilantes that were actively on duty last night, hold on, when they apprehended him, the room they kept him, they decided not to torture him, decided to just like lock him up in a room. Unfortunately, for the chairman of the vigilante, most of his diet food, plantain, I think dry plantain and some other things that were there. This boy messed them up, pee on them, practically defecated on all of them. Most of his clothes, most of the things that were there, they messed them up. And this boy is saying right now that no matter what they do to him, he is never going to confess. That they are deeply inside the bush, inside the forest, and that people cannot get there. You now, if they follow you, you fit carry people enter the forest, you fit carry people enter the bush.
I dey fear now.
You dey fear now to enter there.
May they go kill me.
So if you go there now, they go kill you quick.
Chap, if you are there here, they no go feel. My neighbor will fit come. Cause I'm the second, they go come. Later, if they see me here now, they keep
So this thing what una do last night, so he good, abi not good?
Me, I don't know, not be myself.
Okay, they bring you corn, a cow, they won't use you, can't do before. But all of a sudden now, you can see they can't carry you and start kidnapping. They give you something in shop.
Yeah, fish. No, say me, I know the shop fish. I come the police. He come that. Me, I don't know, say na him. I say him come. I say thank God.
So right now, you people can see, this is one of the kidnappers in Anegbete. Because of they had to bring him out because he messed up the room that he was kept. Thank you very much.
You have seen it, you have heard it. just exactly the same thing the Sultan was saying. It will never stop, and it will never stop. They will continue. You see this one, they caught him, and look at how he's not even, he said he's not ready to confess. No matter what they do to him, he will never, ever release any information. And this is what the zoo has become. And some of us are taking it for granted and for a joke. It is sad, but that is the reality of today. My brother Greg, let's hear from you. Go ahead and speak to us.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jews and all the members in the house. My greetings to you this afternoon and the new week. Happy New Week. My greetings go to our leader, Mazen Nandekano, and Simon Ekpa, our PM. I'm my lawyer to Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze at DPM. We continue praying for you people for strength and courage. So I pray for every cabinet and all the media that God will give us strength. All the people who are doing everything with all their mind, undermining what they are going through and the risk. God is going to be our protector, and He's going to be our only hiding place. Yes, my brother, choose. It is a pity that we talk about these people, because for me, if you can see how they got this boy, and we are asking him questions, and the guy was smiling as if nothing happened, or he didn't even know what he was doing. He was smiling as if it was just like a joke, because you are on his net, because he's on the net of this what do you call it, the security or the vigilante. Had it been that one of those vigilante is on their net, he will know how wicked the Fulanis are. He will know that thing that you are looking there that look like human being. God forgive me for calling him a thing. But these people are very, very wicked. They are born wicked and they are natural wicked. My brother said that the Sultan of Sokoto said that the kidnapping and the banditry have come to stay. And there's nothing they can do about it. That even if there's anything that we do about it, it will take time. What do you expect him to tell you? When his people will come your land, come to your village, your community, and they will kill somebody, and they will rape women, and they destroy farms, and they do all sorts of things that somebody cannot imagine. And your governors, your Ezes, your urbans will go to them and say, sorry. Maybe this one, the parade now, the civil defense parade now, because the boy is laughing because he knows nothing will come to happen to him. You know the people that sent him the message. He will imagine.
He said it himself. He said even if they take him to area command, he will come out the same thing.
Oh, so that is and it is 100%. Because he knew, they know what they are doing, they know the assignment. It's only the people that are representing us that are using us as a trade by barter. They use the people as a trade by barter business. So just tell me where one Igbo man will do anything in Sokoto, criminal, and that Igbo man will come out and tell you that even if you take me to area police, and that Igbo man will be laughing before these people. Will he get 1 second to make a statement before they will kill him? Will he get 1 second? Will he get a second before they will use a million of them will rush to that particular person? And nothing will happen. And this one that arrest him, they have time to query him and ask him questions. And he's laughing at them, telling them what they can do and what they cannot do. And it's 100% they will not do him anything. Nothing will happen to him. It's 100%. So, they are using our people like a toy. I was arguing with somebody here one time during this time of Tinubu administration. It's a pity. It is not normal. But if those children that they were arrested during the time of riot, and they said they were taking those children to the court or they went to cell, they allowed the very dark man to went to the cell to video these people and to say they are underage children. Why? Because they will have children from the northern side. If those children were the southern side, they would all die in prison. They will not allow that very dark man, because he come out, he was doing this thing and thinking that they allow him. They allowed him because they want to use him to bring Tinubu down, number one. And number two, they allowed him because they will know those children, once they show it, those children are northerners. So they show them to bring Tinubu down and let the whole world see what Tinubu is doing. But if the children were from the south, never. No matter if a very dark man try, they will kill him. He cannot even near there. But allow them to show that those children were children, because nothing will happen to them when they commit anything. But on our own side is their friend, your sister, your brother, your nephew will first go and report police. You tell them where you are, even though they're killing you every day. Yeah. So what is different with what happened there? I don't know where they catch this Fulani man. This one, is it not the same thing that happened in Anambra and Imo? When they catch you, they say, "Did we touch you? Did we hit you?" A kidnapper that destroy farms and rape people every day, and he tell you that we are in the bush. And if you want to go into the bush and search those people and remove them, the governors and this thing will do what? Will come against you. Because they are working for Fulani. They are only using their people to do trade by barter. They are using their people to do trade from Soludo to Hope Uzodinma to Peter Mba. Okay, look at the protest, the killings in Enugu State since 2 months now. Have you heard Peter Mba speak one word? Look at in Ebonyi. Have you had them done anything? No. It is not. Fulani reaching of the children. No, the children are all abroad. They move with higher security, with 20 vehicles in one person, because one person is going with army and police. So that is how it will continue. And what is paining me is these are the people the international community is listening. These are the people that America and Europe are listening to tell them to tell them that they're telling them what is happening in Nigeria, and they know that it's absolutely not true. So, which evidence again will people need, or do people need to know what is going on in that evil land? So it's a terrible situation. It's a terrible situation. Yeah. So we'll continue what we are doing. Our people will have to continue standing up for their right. The sit at home must continue. It must continue. Any person that found himself in Biafra land must contribute anyhow he can to make sure that the freedom come. Don't look at these people who are doing propaganda everywhere to tell you that we are in control. we are in this. When there's evil, they will shift it to another person and tell you that that person is the person who is causing evil. If there's anything, they will tell you we are in charge. We are the people who are doing everything. But when anything happens, they will tell you it is NgoziOrabueze. And they will not go and take the charge of the evil that they are causing in our land. So that is why we must always stand and say no to evil. Anywhere you hear it, you come out and you speak. Anywhere you are, you do the things, the little one you know you can do to bring this situation to normal. And the only way to bring it normal is only when the freedom comes. There is no other way. The Southern of Sokoto Hate cannot stop. Nobody will go to Southern of Sokoto and kidnap him or his children. He is the people who sending them, but his children might be in Britain, in America, going to a better school. His children might be in Dubai or Saudi Arabia, going for a better school. Yeah. And none of them will go and carry Nama and go and do kidnapping in the bush. So that is the situation. They know what they're doing. They know their project. They know their program. They know what they are using, what they want to use people to achieve. The only thing we are suffering is because those people who call themselves representatives of the South are only Fulani stooge, and they are servants, and they're using us for trade and barter. You give us power, and we'll kill our people for you. And whatever you want to do with them is not our business. Only what we want is we want to be in position. And that is position is what is killing our people, because being in position is what is killing the people who is fighting for the freedom today. They want to recognized by all means. They want people to say that I am the one doing this and I am the one doing that. They want people to say that they am the one who go to Kuje or this and bringing them the kind of art when they are not doing anything. They only want to take responsibility of the things that they cannot do, neither they have in any way did anything. So that is the situation. So those ones who are hot in their mind and the situation is spinning, then they will always start to continue standing on their right and continue doing the needful. That is my courage this afternoon. So we continue as I listen to other people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother Greg. Thank you for your submission. I appreciate you for that line of thought and submission. And we have someone else here now, Lolo Stella. Let's hear from Lolo Stella. And I think Obi is still in the office. Whenever Obi is ready to talk, she will just give us a sign so that we allow her to talk. So go ahead, Lolo Stella. Go ahead, speak to us. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good. Is it good morning or good afternoon? Good afternoon from here.
Anyone will take. Some people are in morning, some afternoon, some evening. So
yeah, thank you, my friend. I just want to use this opportunity to thank everyone, especially our brother Christian. You know, it's like he took everything from my heart, even when he was struggling with the word templates. I mentioned templates while he was, and then he took it from my just from my mouth. You know, it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad when I listen to what is going on, how the topics, and it makes me I vex in my spirit. I vex because these people are killing us. We are not killing them. I'm sorry to use the word. They are acquiring us every day in thousands, and none of them are being killed. Not even one person. They reduce us every second, every day without pity. They mercilessly look at that thing that look like demon. That one we go on top of a Biafran or a Christian woman and mess you up and then butcher you. And then you people, somebody will tell me he or she is a Nigerian. God will fire all of them. The only thing that I have for these evil people is just curse. I just feel like cursing them, thunder from everywhere, you know, because it's not their fault. It's these evil politicians we have that are very happy that we are being slaughtered every day, every blessed second. And then we keep, you know, lamenting, complaining, tabling it to social media, and then because of the oil, the resources God gave to Biafrans, we are dying every day. We are being slaughtered. We are being molested. We are being humiliated. And we are being, I cry every time when I listen to what you people are saying. But for how long? How long are we going to continue like this? Why must we be catching these people and be interviewing them? How can you be interviewing a demon? That one sitting down there that looks so haggard, like possessed by a legion of demons. Somebody is asking questions. The best thing is to God, I don't know the word to use. I'm so versed in my spirit. And I release this thunder from heaven to scatter all the evil politicians in Igbo land. All of them, not one, and their generations. Yeah. Because if what we are going through, they like it, that means they have been bought, their souls have been bought over. And so they cannot help themselves. That's why if anybody is expecting Opus or danger or any of those evil that has put Nnamdi Kanu where he is right now, and they are so happy. So Ludo and whoever that is, man, I feel I don't want to cry in this social media thing, but I pray that God Almighty is hearing the curses I'm laying upon them, and it will not only happen on their head, but their generations, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. So I just want to beg our Biafrans, our soldiers, wherever they are, they should please be up and doing. They should stop all this confusion spirit they have allowed Fulani to put in our midst, using Nkere and his group to be deceiving themselves. This is the spirit of confusion. Where the rubbish people deceive while we die in numbers. By the time they reduce us to nothing, I don't know, it will become a Muslim country. This is how they do their own evangelism. By reducing you in numbers, and because they bought people like Hopus or them and bought them, they can't do nothing. And if they do anything, they will deal with them, take them out of the roads. Bikonu, the best thing, if we are here talking, is to beg our people, especially those who say they are protecting the Biafra land, to start doing the same thing they are doing to us. Enough is enough. We have been humiliated too much. We have been killed enough. Well, for how long? For how long? Fear won't let us to come back home. We can't bring our children home. You are hungry to come home, but you cannot, because someone we lay ambush in the bush, and then by the time you cross, look at what my brother Christian was saying. They will either use nails to stop you, or they will use gun on you. By the time they spray some bullet on your car, definitely you will stop. And that is the end of it. For how long, for crying out loud? Please, my brother Chooks, we have to hammer on retaliation. Rose, what he called himself, since all this confusion has happened, they said they will catch us. They should catch that man. They should catch him and destroy him. He's evil. That Susodema is evil. He need to face judgment. We can't continue like this. I beg you people. I hit my mic. I'm very, very tense. I am very, very angry. I don't know if I'm making sense or not. I don't know if you are hearing me.
You are making sense, sister.
So please, the best thing we do, instead of being reduced every day and we keep complaining, we keep lamenting, and if eventually we catch one Fulani, then that one, even if you kill him or her, it doesn't make any sense, because they've killed us in thousands. That's why that demon was laughing while they were asking him questions. He was laughing because he's laughing at our stupidity. Why would you ask such basic question? You make him like that is you pour poison on him, acid, so that he will melt and nobody will even know that anything happened. Why are they questioning him? Why are they what is there to intervene? You see a mad person, and this kind of person is the people that will go and rape a woman. And even if they live your life until you die, you can never ever like yourself again. Imagine such a demon entering into a woman. Hi God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm so ashamed.
Thank you so much.
I'm so ashamed to call myself a Biafra. It's too much. It's too much. Thank you.
Don't be ashamed, my sister. I can understand how you feel, and we all feel the same way. I understand your feelings and the way you feel about the whole thing. And just as you said, the issue of that is why today, when you see we have passed the stage of using video to cover anybody or cover any action to show on social media. We have stopped that. The government under our Deputy Prime Minister DPMDrNgoziOrabueze have put a stop to that. This issue of interviewing people, putting video, whatever you do in action, you put on video, you put on social media, we have stopped it. Because that was the blackmail they use. Sometimes they use it against one another, and we don't want to continue that. Some people want it to be as an entertainment for themselves. So that entertainment is over. This entertainment of any time you see a person, you take a video, we don't do it anymore. The government of Biafra does not engage in that anymore. But I bet you, just like the way you are feeling today, you can imagine how the Deputy Prime Minister, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, who is a woman like yourself, you can imagine how she feels. So it is a different game now. It's a different game altogether. And I bet you everything they do against the Biafra, they will pay 1,000-fold. None of them will go scot-free. The warning has been given, and the 60 days given to them. Once it expires, forget you don't expect to see anything on social media. We have passed that stage. Our Prime Minister have done it when it was time. He has done it, and every one of us saw what was going on. And for now, we have passed that stage. Any propaganda, online propaganda, all the social media, soldiers and whatever, we don't care about it anymore. Once you are in Biafran territory and you are representing the zoo in that your uniform, you are being seen as a terrorist. It is not a propaganda, it is the truth. We saw them being recruited live on video. Members of Boko Haram being recruited, given uniform and arm and sent to Biafra land. They televise it and they show it to us. So we don't have anything to begin to negotiate with anybody. Once you are being gotten, they have been given 60 days to move out. Once it expires, whether you are, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your language, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter your religion. As long as you are representing the zoo in Biafran territory, supporting this evil that is happening, because this thing you are seeing happen is being supported by the federal government of Nigeria. They are the sponsors of the insecurity and the death you are seeing.
100%.
They are using are of different religion, of different tribe, of different locations. You must not take your eyes off them. Don't say, oh, because this one is your brother. Or this one is... It doesn't matter who you are. As long as you are in support of this very atrocity that is committed against Biafran people, you are going to pay dearly. You will pay dearly. And there is no turning back. Every one of them will face the consequence of their action. Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I really appreciate your contribution, and I understand how you feel.
The 60 days has elapsed.
Not yet.
It has elapsed long time, I believe. It's only that the grace is too overwhelming. What we are going through is I cry every day. I cry. That's why I don't contribute at all. I watch. I boil from my spirit. I feel like, God, why don't you give me some powers? Some spiritual power that I will just go and do things on my own. It's too much now. How long are we going to continue with this? How long? How long are we going to be allowing our daughters? I have 2 daughters now. Our deputy prime minister, she has 4 daughters. There is no way we can go to Nigeria. Imagine a demon of this kind lay ambushes in the bush, and then you carry your daughters to go and visit your home, and they will carry them. I keep thinking it's giving me psychological problem. I say, what if I take them now? What if such a thing happen? I keep imagining things. And if care is not taken, it can happen, but God forbid. It's too much. It's really making me go sick. Depression is too much on them. When you think about it, it's not something one should be thinking. Something should be done drastically. Please, I yield my mic. I don't want to talk again.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. The instruction that was given, we had 30 and 60 days, and we are still counting. And I bet you something is already going on. But what I'm saying, don't expect anything on social media. Just like you said, these people issue of catching somebody and you video it, people. This is what the Biafrans are demanding. Some of them, they want us to just like, you know what transpired, and you know what they're using against our prime minister today. Like they are campaigning against prime minister. When they talk about oil charges, these are some of the things they are capitalizing on. So we have to focus on different level now until when we go to a level when we do it differently again.
Yes.
So don't expect anything to be shown to you on social media or whatever. But I bet you something is ongoing. Something is definitely ongoing. So let's hear from our beloved sister Ojugo. You're welcome, my sister Ojugo. Go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you.
My brothers, good morning, and my sister. Yeah, trust me, such video triggers a lot of anger. Especially if you're a woman, you start imagining pain when you see somebody like this. You don't know whether it's a human being or a cow that is turned into a human being or something. I don't know. And there's something that I believe. When you see something like this, I always presume are those vigilantes that are formed by the government. Because if it's the ones that are by the community themselves, this kind of thing, you will see it. They know how to handle them. Because I can't imagine how somebody is wasting your data, your time, doing that rubbish. I don't know if you want to get followers or what is that the person was doing something like that. And then at the end of it, they will hand them over to police. Which police? So anytime I see something like this, I always believe it's those security apparatus that the government form, because they form them not to provide security for our people, is to save the life of the idiots like this, And our government, sometimes you got to find a different strategy. When this doesn't work, this will work. I remember there was a time we had a lot of attack in US here. Terrorism attack, school shooting. I think it was, during Obama time, there was a lot of school shooting. At the point, they developed that policy that they announce it, but they don't show the picture of the offender. Because it looks like, mentality of human beings.
Yes.
Some people want to come out in the public. Some people want to showcase, what they have done, whether evil or good. So some that, some want to show what they can do, evil they can commit. So they show them their face, and then what carries them and they become firm. Let me use that word, they become firm, doing bad, committing murder and atrocity. At a point, the government in US said, no more. No more picture of anybody or video of those things. Who can show the people, the school or anything, but the offender picture will not be out again. And the media obeyed that and carried that out. And it cut things down. Because that time was like back to back, like Every day your child is at school, you are not sure of your child coming back. We're playing on Hamilton. School, a lot of school shooting, a lot of terrorism, attack, little, not little ones, because they don't kill 1 or 2 persons. It's a very massive when they want to carry out this terrorism attack. The same thing happening in that country also. It's the same thing. So when you get one person like this, so if they do anything to this idiot, you think that takes care of? Can you ask this person open mouth? You see how many people this idiot has violated. So does his useless life worth those things? Freaking no. No, it doesn't worth it. So, my sister, everybody will just have to calm down with our government, and they're adopting different strategies to handle this issue, because this happened that way. This is the end product of it. This happened this way. This is the end product. If you are smart enough, you're going to find another strategy to deal with it, So that's what is going on. But for people that do this video, bring it out, oh, shame on them. Shame on them. Who is this person? Even ordinary dog that eats shit in the village is better. It's like that dog life is better than this. I don't want to call this person a human being because it doesn't look like. Look at that thing there. Okay? So I don't know. It's just a pity that we'll find ourselves in this kind of mess. But right now, the only option we have is to be with our government and allow them to do what because there are a lot of smart, not anybody anyhow. A lot of smart brain in that government now. Smart brain. It's not like a brain of a woman with a white hair in France. No. That talk A today, talk B tomorrow. And when you see such character, the highest level of ashawo, you will just see there. I'm a woman, but I'm just telling you, when you see such character, that person you see has gone way more in life than you think. It's just hiding under the Biafra to cover her atrocities. And you could hear it from her voice. You have opened me up already. I'm trying to cover myself. Because you can imagine when you start thinking her lifestyle and how she got to where she is. No English. That's the high level of the woman. And that's why she has no shame. No freaking shame. If it's me, as soon as I started the first one, I will just sneak in close. You look at it, and you have kids. 5 kids, 5 men. Please, we need to support our government. That's what all this boils down to. So that we'll get where we are. They have the strategy. They know what they're doing. The smart brain are handling this government right now. Smart brain. All level, all calibers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister Ojugo. I appreciate you for that contribution. It is sad what we are seeing, but I bet you, just like my sister have said, the government of Biafra is doing everything humanly possible to see that lives and property are being secured. For those of us who are looking for visual and pictures, visual videos and pictures, you might not be able to see that. But I bet you the government is doing something. We have gone through a very tough stage. This very restoration of Biafra is stage by stage. And whenever we graduate to a certain level, there are certain amendments that are being done and certain things are not being done. Just like my sister said, today we are dealing with a different issue, and there are professionals who knows what to do and how to do it. That is why I tell people, when you see anybody on social media with a military uniform making noise, ignore them. Don't share the video. Don't even talk about it. Ignore them. Whether you're speaking about Biafra, you're talking good or talking, you are not needed. That is not what we want now. The Liberation Army of Biafra are busy. Decentralized army, they are busy doing everything humanly possible to make sure that the land is being protected. The only responsibility we have today is to fund them, because they are not going to protect the country with empty hands. They are going to need something to use to protect the country. In aspect of funding, that is where we will play our role. Wherever you are as a Biafran, no matter how little, play your own role, and then let the government do their job. The primary objective of every sensible government is to protect life and property of its own people, and that is what this government is doing, and they will continue to do. If you are looking for visual pictures and videos, please, you will not see so. You will not see that. The time of blackmail and propaganda have gone. Biafra has been declared on the 29th of November 2024. From that time onwards, things are being done differently, not like the way we are doing before. And the earlier we begin to understand that, the better for all of us. If you are one of those who have chosen to remain in the old method, you still want to be back there, you are waiting to see our prime minister before you have a change. It's up to you. Good luck. But do not distract those who have moved ahead. When Mazen Nandekano was taken away from our midst, our prime minister did not stand still. The DOS wanted him to be still. They didn't want him to do anything. The major reason why DOS was fighting him was because he continued the agitation. Even in the absence of Mazen Simon Ekpa, he continued to do something. Even in the absence of Mazen Nandekano, he began to increase the speed. Instead of slowing down, he increased it. That was where they get angry. He didn't do anything against them.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything against him. Because they saw that he didn't step back. After that very kidnap of Mazen Nandekano, he didn't stop. He increased the speed. He even made the agitation much more stronger. And they got angry. Instead of them doing their own part, they got angry. Their anger was that, why wouldn't he wait until when he comes out? And after playing all those things played out, you and I today, you are there. You say you are a supporter of Mazi Simon Ekpa. You followed Mazi Simon Ekpa. And look at it. Mazi Simon Ekpa today was taken away from our midst. He cannot speak. And you are now asking us to go back to the old days. And we should not make any progress. You are asking the government to stand still, make no progress, stand still. Don't move an inch. And some people are believing it and digesting it and trying to say they don't know where to go. It is up to you. We have freedom of association. Wherever you want to believe or whatever you want to believe or wherever you want to belong, please do so. But don't be a distraction to those who have moved on. We have moved on and we will continue to move on until our Supreme Mazen Nandekano and Mazi Simon Ekpa joins us very, very soon. I can see my brother Akonye Wetere there. Akonye Wetere, take up the mic. Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
Uncle Choose, good afternoon.
You're welcome, my brother.
Good afternoon to everybody in the house. Thank you very much. I concur with what you just said now. But in my today's opinion, I will digress. I won't speak exactly to all that you guys have pointed at. But I would appreciate if you people accept me that way. From the look of things, it seems that it is very few, a minute number of us that indeed want Biafra. those in the diaspora, minute number of those in the diaspora that indeed want to be Biafra. When you come to the homeland, it's still minute number. People shout that the people that were shouting that they were following Nnamdi Kanu. Same people also shouted that they were following Simon Ekpa. And I will narrow the followers of Simon Ekpa, I'm talking of those in the homeland, to those that the so-called men on the ground. They were busy that time. Everybody, wherever you are, you put up a camera, you video yourself, you say, Mpamonsa, we are here. Now we know with them. Mpamonsa was all over the place. Some video themselves and say that PM should notice them, that they are fully prepared, gallant. So when you bring it to what is happening today, one may question his or herself, are truly these people really want this Biafra? So it got me confused. It got me really confused. So, but one thing that I want to say is that my message to them or to everybody today is that if you want Biafra, the onus is upon you to ask yourself, what will I do that will be in line of the struggle that will make Biafra to come? You try as much as you can to find a good answer. I'm not talking of any answer. Find a good answer, a justifiable answer, then you do it. Because this struggle has gotten to a point that everybody supposed to be the one agitating for Biafra. I'm not talking of going online to gossip about your brother, but everyone supposed to be the one speaking for Biafra. Because the sensitization period, if I may ask, has come and do its own part. The voice of awakening from our leader Nnamdi Kanu and the one our PM did, they have come to stay. Any question that you have concerning the awakening of Biafra is there. Their work are many, plenty there. If you are interested on looking for the grievances that they pointed at, look for their work and get it. When you get all their work, it will refine you and make you a better agitator, not to be a career agitator. When you come to what is happening today in Nigeria, my own joy is that Fulani is not backing down. Among all the tribe, all these whether 300 and something tribe that make up Nigeria, it is only Fulani that knows what they want in Nigeria. The other tribe are sleeping on their rights. So my joy is that they know what they want. They are not backing down. That's the only, when I assess what is going on in Nigeria, my happiness is that Fulani know what they want and they are not backing down. There is one popular street word in Nigeria. They say breakup is a national cake, that it will reach everybody. You see the mayhem that Fulani are causing in Nigeria. it is a national cake. It will reach everybody. From 2012 that our dear leader Nnamdi started championing this cause of re-actualization, re-independence of Biafra. He stretched it till 2021 that he handed the baton to Simon, and Simon sustained the race till November 2024 that they called him. Two things played out. Our leader was captured in African continent. Simon was captured in European continent. And we did not believe, even he himself, Simon, did not believe that these people will compromise, that will warrant his arrest. So to anybody speaking for Biafra, so anybody speaking for Biafra, being it we that are speaking for Biafra, and the people that the leadership, the mantle of leadership has landed in their hands, they have to be wise. Just as our dear leader today, DPM, is doing. She have to be wise, protect herself. There's no any, except maybe you are living in the moon. I don't know whether there are people that will compromise their belief and idea there to do what Finland did. So anywhere you are that you want to be there and be shouting, you have to be very careful. Because that's no dindo. Hallelujah. Nobody should pressure that woman to do what the woman don't want to do. To them that they are calling men on the ground, if you like, do video, put it up. If you like, if you buy Fulani, do video, put it up. If what happened at Uromi did not point to you the kind of geographical entity that you are in, called Nigeria, do it. USB should not take any responsibility. Because when Simon was doing his own, everybody was condemning him. Even the people that he's fighting for, they were condemning him. The Enugu people, they were condemning him. Peter Mba was very much vocal then. I will do this. I will do this. I will squeeze him. Today, they are having IDP camp in Enugu. So let our dear DPM learn a lesson from that. Me, I am behind her on that. She should not do anything. Our defense people, anybody that is under your guys, training, under your camp, that you told, don't put up any video of whatever you do, and a person put it up. Please sack that person. And if the person poses a threat on you guys, buy the person. No forgiveness. Don't encourage any forgiveness. Anybody that goes against the laid down rules, the principle of engagement that you guys have put in place, let the person go. That is the way you guys will start fishing out all these idiots that call themselves agitators. When our PM sack Wanyisiotana France, had it been, or let's say PM did not forgive her and call her back, she won't have much doctored and the recorded voice that she's now using to mock herself, thinking that she's mocking anybody. Vam, when he fought back to autopilot, had it been that the PM did not allow him to come close, they won't have all this ego, all this power they have today. And to those that are saying that they are sitting on defense, continue sitting on defense. If you tell Edo people today that Fulani will deal with them, they wouldn't have agreed. During the time of our sister in Canada, they were busy saying that they would deal with Igbo. Who are we? We are this, we are that. Where are them today? So they break breakup is a national cake. It is going to get to every tribe in Nigeria, and when it get to all of them, they will sit up. They will even collect the fight from us and fight it for us. That is why I every day advocate for DPM to put up the institution that she's putting up, strengthen them with people that are qualified. Do not look at anybody's face. Do not say that we are one. Biafra is the same thing. I encourage idiots to come and sabotage what we are doing. When our PM was much around with us, if you tell me that the likes of Vam, that I will even be waiting, praying for his notification for program to come to join, will be so delusional today, I will tell you no. Even though I knew when he fought Simon, but I thought he has changed. And that is one thing that made me to know that a snake will never give birth to a tortoise. Anybody that challenge the authority that we Biafran bestowed upon you today, and by faith, as it was predestined that made Simon to make you his COS, pending when he was called upon. And by every indication, you were supposed to be the one to carry on. And all of them that are challenging you today, gossiping around, maybe by tomorrow, when everything will take shape, that they come, I join Uncle Chooks every day. Anyone you forgive, I'll be the one to tell you that I do not support the person. Even if it is me that is speaking today, turn tomorrow to be speaking from both sides of my mouth, and by next tomorrow, I decide to come. Uncle Chooks, do not even give me your platform to appear again. That will serve as a deterrent to anybody. It will make you to put your mouth in check. Whatever you hear, verify it very well so that you will stand on it forever. Not you speak good of me in the morning.
In response to what you are just saying, my brother Akonye, in response to what you are saying, I just want you to hear this.
We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy.
Go ahead, my brother. You have had it. That's a response. So anytime there's any going back, we will replay the video. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying in line is that if such thing is upheld in our movement starting from now, it will make any gossiper to know that once I do this, I'm no longer coming back again, and it will put you on check. Whatever information that comes to you, you will ask the person, are you sure that this is truthful? The person will tell you yes. You then go and make your verification so that you will not mislead or misinform anybody. Those are the tenets that I'm advocating for our government to employ and start using. because onye kwucha ka o si sorry ya ahapụ ya mere both of our leaders now the Norosia behind bar. So those are it. Now abịala I want to speak Igbo. Abịala ụmụnne anyị bụ ndị Igbo. Okwu izi m kwuru si na adịmsọ mmadụ niile chọrọ Biafra bụ na ndị Igbo anyị nọ n'ala Biafra labụ gọvanọ pụta ha dọpụta igwe kụọra ya aka Fulani gbuo ha sikwe n'ebe a ha nọ kụkwa aka kpọwakwa ununwa bụ ndị na-ekwu okwu Biafra again la Fulani na-egbukwe ha onye ka ha la-aghọrị kwụrụnụ n'ofu ebe ka mara ebe ikwu kweshim ndị Igbo si na onye na-eri awọ ya rie awọ gbara agba tụrata akpọ ya ori awọ ya aza. So all our village here, so the thing used to get me confused. The ones I le kudoku ha, ale mi hesoro ha, le delay, le distract mad, like the men on the ground. I do several times. That time Finland for Simon I sent the emissary to come and collect all the tools haja or the money in your have before then would disappear from maybe had the barrier. That made all of them to become confused as anything. The ones who Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze nke tukunelu ochie as no BNL 4 million was given to you. Still, listen as somebody that that person that gave you 4 million is working for Nigerian government. When the money came, did anybody harass you? Or was the money fake alert? You admitted by yourself that money was given to you. Now that money, the accountability of that money, did you use the money for what the money was given to you to be used for? Or is it because maybe you did not use it and they now ask you, this money we sent to you, have you done that which you requested to us that made us to send the money? Get work. Why would they question you? Why would they question for accountability? And you say you want to get Biafra. My brothers and sisters, in Nigeria today, all their bloggers, they are playing the voice of our able leader, Simon Ekpa. The people that I follow that has been hell-bent on condemning IPOB are beginning to say it's like Nnamdi was right all this while. Maybe in 2 years to come, same people will as well come and say it's like Simon Ekpa was right all this while. So what that will teach somebody like me or somebody that believe in our USB government is to encourage Dr. Ngozi to do the right thing, which she's doing already. Because good work doesn't speak loud when it is being done, just as truth. Truth is always silent. It is a lie that makes the loudest noise. But when it comes across truth, it will meet its brick wall and it will collapse. For the fact that the voices of Nnamdi is now echoing louder than it was when he made the speeches. Let us that call ourselves Biafra know what we want. As I am, I cannot go for protests in Nigeria. I cannot vote. I won't even allow myself to be used to campaign for anybody. All I stand for is Biafra. Whether I will speak for it till I die, it really did not come. That's my belief. Don't be somebody when the person you love comes into politics, just as they use Obi to distract, deceive them. You will come up believing that you will get it. You are deceiving yourself. But all the states now, let me say 5 eastern states, all the citizens, bidoro kudo tibe ku Biafra. Oh yeah, this. But nkabale kuya onye rịpụta onam si my corner kpọ ịpụta echi gọvanọ kpọ oku onye ọbụla eju ụzọ dị mma kpọrọ oku ndị mmadụ eju Fulani one side ndị nke a abikere rice. The people that are observing us, they will say, are these people serious? So even not go fear since you know happen ha. Or the cook la de kuense. Who know happen ha? Mpo my dad the go they can hear kuru la USB. Eje kolebe do na me koli he do na o me ya Fulani bere yisi. Udo manya na lawyer ma jaki akpo Fulani o bere yisi. Eje mundi ya ma obu na ha hapuru mozia. So ndị ba ya there help matters. Maazị ka onye ọbụla ebe ọbụla akọ asịrị lakwanye ndị mmadụ nọrọ onwe ha pressure enweghị isi. Ada ha na-eti mkpu now from day one ha the camp maintaining that they are with men on ground. What move have we seen? From day one, you people have been collecting fundraising. What move have we seen? And you come around every time to look for who to deceive. Nobody deceives me. Nobody will deceive me. Even though now never know, I'm careful. You won't meet me. I did not know you. I begin to talk. All of them, let them talk. The one thing I said is that if Fulani, let's say Fulani go my village now and do something, that same day, Unuyama, they won't do it. It is not possible. Neighboring state in Abenkemanga. But let them go and do it. If everybody will go like that, protect your place. I'm coming over. Protect your own place. It will be easier. Not to be in France and be shouting. Nobody knows you from your village. But you want to Marjana to do everything. Let everybody know what they want. That's the only thing I'm asking everyone that is speaking for that. Know what you want and stand with what you want. It will make the journey easier for us. To make the journey easier for us, not to talk plenty talk.
If you don't mind.
Okay, just make it brief so that we have a lot of people now, so that we can be able to reach out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll make it quickly. So because now not there, so for more information and based on what you said earlier and repeated it again, I mean, looking at today Monday, you can see the unanimous, the standstill, the total lockdown in Alibo. So my question is that not because you said that that people that have to have my or but given this strong, is that not a clear indication that the people are determined, even though this is not the Kano's day, right? But at the same time, the governors have all tried to stop it. All the governors, one after the other, they fail woefully because the people are so determined. So is that no indication? Does that not show you that now the people, they just want to live? That is freedom. That's what they want. So I'm just asking you, based on what you are saying, like they are not ready. No, I did already. In my own case, we put. So I'm sorry about that.
No, I don't agree with that. That our people are not ready. Our people. Yeah,
that's ready. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That they are ready.
Our people need to know the danger of our people. Well, once you hear start, or they are very sure that their life is secure, you will see our people in action that they are ready. Do you know how many times the governors have made every effort to stop this sit at home?
Exactly.
Even some people's jobs are still locked up, but they still sit at home.
Yeah.
They are ready. But you don't want the point that, they create a war, but it's not our plan to go to that kind of a war again. So our people are ready. They are waiting. If I talk to my family, they always say, we can't wait to say this to back off. They can't wait. They are waiting. Thank you.
Yeah, so I just wanted to stress it because based on what Akan Hotel have been saying, these people have shown unequivocally that they had it to the brim. They want freedom. So we just have to continue to encourage them to, because they are doing well. I've seen the lockdown. Even before I came into that, I saw another channel, a total lockdown with no enforcement. People are doing it out of their own volition. So my brother, thank you so much.
Thank you. On that very note, on that your line of question and the comments of Agonyo, I can understand where he's coming from. When the terms of readiness, it doesn't mean that our people are not willing to go home or not ready to go home. He's coming from another angle, and I can understand where he's coming from in terms of the way he was putting it forward. You might misunderstand him in terms of maybe that our people are not willing to go home. They are all willing to go. But there are still some extent, there are certain buttons that we need to push that some set of people are not pushing. He's not generalizing that everybody is not. No, people are ready. It is very certain. At least when you look at our self-referendum was conducted, and this referendum is conducted every Monday. Every Monday referendum. It is obvious that people are ready, but still we need to do more. That's what I can understand from what he was saying. So if Akonyo is still there, if he's still there, maybe he will just use 1 minute and speak if he wants to. If you are there, that question was directed to you. So if you are there, just use 1 minute and speak. If you're not there, because I know the situation that maybe he's out of the place he's supposed to speak now.
Okay.
Maybe when he comes back next time, he will now, maybe I will remind him to touch on that. Let's go to our brother Maxwell. But all the same, I understand where he's coming from. I don't think he means that our people are not willing to go. No, they are ready. They are very much ready. But just to galvanize more effort from our people, to make people get more committed, as somebody who is on the ground there, to make people have more commitment, so that we can be able to get this thing done immediately. It doesn't mean that our people are not ready. Our people are very much ready to go. My brother Maxwell, go ahead. Are you there, bro? Max, are you there? It's like Max is not on the mic. Bro Maxwell, okay. If Maxwell is not there, I think before we now proceed and go further, let us listen to a message from our Supreme Amazon. Some part of the message, you know that every time we like to listen to a portion of his message so that we can be able to digest some informations and know where we're coming from. As I always say, his messages are just as new as are today. Whatever time, anytime you hear it, it will seem as if he's talking about what is happening presently. So let us listen to this part and see what we can get from it.
And a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Some of you tried to do something about it with the End SARS protest, but some of us quickly, or should I say some of you quickly capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that a revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries there was a revolution. either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the NSAS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand, and stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one at that. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the presidency. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never, ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never, ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai, like Atiku and the rest of them, and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer to live in all these countries, which means that ethnicity is irrelevant. What matters is the policies being pursued by any specific or particular government or regime, not where they come from. When people tell you nonsense about it is our turn, why don't we wait till 2023? They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse. Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter. But some of you never ever listened. I told our Yoruba friends that this thing you're supporting, this very evil government you're supporting, when they tagged IPOB a terrorist group, you supported them. You are going to pay a very heavy price for it. Had the Yoruba journalist stood up and said, IPOB did nothing wrong, you cannot tag them a terrorist group, believe you me, by today, you will not have Fulani people occupying Yoruba forests and farmlands. Because in this life, what goes around comes around. If you support evil today because you're benefiting, eventually that evil will overwhelm you. The same thing happened to APC. The same thing happened to Fulani Caliphate. They brought in terrorists from all across the Sahel. They brought them into Nigeria to try to force Jonathan out of office. Now Jonathan is out of office. They are now, of course, reaping what they sowed, all of them. Do you see that the North is in as much disarray as we have in the South, if not worse? When they were grooming and breeding these terrorists, they thought they were doing it just to assume political power. They never knew there was another dimension to it. That these terrorists that they all created will come back to consume them. And that is what is happening today. It is the spillover of their same, should I say, terror effects that we are feeling right across the South. That was why we said with the launch of ESN that we cannot allow that nonsense to continue. They know they are not going to make any headway in the East. They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason, you don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would, an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they told you we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now. Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists.
You have heard our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and as I said before, his message is as fresh as the morning dew. Every time you hear him, and I urge people to try as much as possible to spend time on the message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, at least 10 minutes every day. You will never regret it. At least 10 minutes every day in the message of Mazen Nnamdi. Anyone you can lay your hand on, anyone. You will never remain the same. If you are doing that, these questions people are asking today, you don't know your left, your right, you don't know where to go and what, you will not be asking such questions. So many questions you are asking today, the answers have been provided even before you ask those questions. The answers are there, but some of us are not paying attention. I thank Chukwu Okikabanda. A good number of Biafrans are very much awake. The awakening message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not wake up only Biafrans. It woke up some people from Oduduwa land, wake up some people from even the Hausa region, even from the Fulani section. There are people that are very much awake today because of this message. Because of this message, many of them are awake. Even though they are in denial, they are awake and they can speak confidently. Some of you have forgotten, there was a time you dare not talk about restructuring in Nigeria. If you say restructuring is a life sentence, is a death sentence in Nigeria. There was a time in Nigeria you dare not mention restructuring. But today, you see the debate, even in the House of Assembly. You see people come on their conventional media and they talk about it. they got this confidence from the message of the Biafrans through Mazen Nandekan. But it's unfortunate that today, I can bet you where we are getting the greatest challenge today is within ourselves. People that call themselves Biafrans, who claim to have listened to Mazen Nandekan today, they are the ones standing against this very message, pretending not to know their left and right, even though they know what they are doing. But I bet you, just as the Deputy Prime Minister has said, there is no room for forgiveness for them. You don't treat cancer, you cut it off. And immediately you begin to toe that line of supporting the enslavement of the Biafran people. You'll be cut off and cut off forever. When we get to Biafra land, the constitution of the Biafra will speak. You and I will face that constitution. If there is anything I have spoken wrong or anything I have done wrongly, the constitution will hold me to account. Likewise, you that is watching, or everyone that is pretending not to know what is right and what is wrong, continue on that path you have chosen. We have freedom of association. If you decide to pitch your tent with the devil, go ahead. Those that decide to pitch their tent with the angel, don't disturb them. At the end of the day, every one of us will give account of our still worship. But bear in mind that you will be held responsible for every action you took. My fellow Biafrans, we must continue and we must not look back. My brother Maxwell, are you back? Is Maxwell still there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm here, sir.
Okay,
I'm
go
here,
ahead,
sir.
bro. Mask. We were calling on you last time. I think you were a little busy.
Yes, I was out and my phone was there, shouting. So, you say, I salute you, Mazuchux. I salute each and every one of you in the studio. Those in the comment section, I salute you. And I say from here, happy sit at home to each and every Biafran that is observing this civic disobedience, which is geared towards our freedom. You people are doing great job. You people are doing a marvelous job that nobody will even contemplate. I say, may God bless Mazen Namdekan. Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, that has been taken away from us. It will never be well with the enemies that are fighting. Look, let me tell you what these people plan to do, including Finland. They thought that once Mazen Namdekan is captured and detained, excommunicated with the rest of his people, then with time, the Biafra agitation will go down. They did the same thing. And immediately they did that, the agitation grew wider. Simon Ekpa came out to stand in the place of Mazen Namdekan. They said, oh, let's do the same thing. They went to Finland through their subordinates, other people. There are other people, is subordinates, they are cohorts, partners in crime. They took away the Prime Minister from us, hoping that, oh, once we detain Prime Minister, with time, these people will fizzle out. But they never knew that God is with us, that we do not fear anybody anymore, because already we are on the ground. He who is on the ground fears no fall. We are there already. You talk, oh, you fight for freedom, oh, they catch you. You don't fight, oh, they take over your land. Then we have to fight. Let them catch each and every one of us, if they are capable. God forbid DPMDrNgoziOrabueze is taken away from us today. There is going to be someone who is going to represent and begin to steer
the cause of this restoration. We are a declared nation. The diplomatic processes of official recognition is ongoing. I don't want to know where people they will say, oh, what have you done? Since the time you declared, what have you done? I don't care. It takes time. When you plant a maize, the seedling of maize, it takes time for it to germinate and for the plant itself to spring out. It takes time. And remember also for people that wants cash and carry, kind of, recognition. The people that we are fighting, we are not just fighting Nigeria. One of the greatest fights we are fighting are those people in Biafra land, men and women, that are enjoying the loots that the zoo can offer to them through politics and otherwise. The next people are those that are cutting the sticks for the evil Nigeria to use to hit us. These are those people, those countries that have very special and evil economic interests in that land. One of them is United Kingdom. France is also fighting tooth and nail to get their own pound in that country. They have scattered investment worth billions in that country. They have taken your oil and gas to take loan up front. How do you think that these people will sit down there and begin to allow you to have your freedom? But I'm assuring them, whatever that they have taken, just give us Biafra. Approve the official recognition of Biafra. France approve. UK approve. United States approve. Even Finland approve. Germany approve. Israel approve. We are going to pay you your money, our own part, when the liabilities of the zoo is shared. We will pay you, we will return your money. Allow us to go. If you refuse to allow us to go, continue to support the evil Nigeria, you will lose everything. You will lose everything. Because we are not backing down. And we will fight to the last man to make sure that Biafran freedom is realized. In fact, I want it to happen no. Sincere, like we say in Ghana. Sincere, right now, sincere. I want it to happen. Yanzu in Hausa language. Yanzu. Want to leave that evil coven. In Isako, they captured another one. Go and listen to what that Fulani terrorist was saying. That they can't stop them. They can't stop them. Isako, a Fulani man, was arrested. I saw one again in Biafra land, born by an Igbo-speaking Biafran woman. All along, he has been joining to fight for the existence and recognition of Biafra, and against those that have occupied our forests, that are raping and doing all kinds of evil on our land, displacing our people. Suddenly, this is who you are. This guy came out and was making videos, whether it's true or not, but look at the picture of that boy. You will see Fulani in him. When people look at me, I was born
by a Ghanaian man. But when you look at me and you look at my picture and my face, there is no difference. My head frame, people will even tell me, before I tell them that I'm a Ghanaian, they'll say, "Oh, your head self resemble, but Ghana people." So when you look at our people, majority of our people, we have this pancake head. We have this pancake head in Ghana. Majority of us, and that is how you will see us. Look at that boy, and you will see a cool. This, you see a Fulani in him. He was blaming the mother. Why didn't you tell me that these people that I am joining them to fight are my brothers and sisters? He was furious. I don't know whether Mazuchu, whether you have that video. That is what we are fighting. What do you think that such people would do to us? That is the essence of sowing seed in the body of our women, our sisters. Because they will always fight for their fatherland. They will always fight on behalf of their fathers. The question we're supposed to ask ourselves, why now? Why didn't that woman that gave birth to that boy tell him long time ago? Why now? Because she is also sympathetic to the evil that we are going through. They have sowed a seed in their belly, and that seed has yielded what we saw on that video. If you have a sister, especially in Ebo and Enugu and all the parts of Biafra land, speak to them, because this is the problem we are going to face. There is no way, the same way they have Mauritanian dynasty in Kaduna, in Zaria, that is what we are going to face by the stupidity of our people. The Fulani did not marry the mother. One night stand, maybe one night stand, or suya or whatever. That was exactly what happened. That was exactly what happened. Today, we are bearing the brunt. You see the anger in that young man. You see the anger in that young man against her mother's people, because we are fighting to chase away the evil people in our land. We must continue with what we are doing. There is no going back, no retreat, no surrender. We are there already. Nobody is going to help us to do it. Rather, ourselves. I support you, and I will continue to preach. I will continue to go and listen. I don't know if some of you had the opportunity to listen to Dr. Damage's program on Saturday. There is one Fulani guy there they call Pulo. Pulo, for real. Go and listen to what that guy said there. He said they are minority, they are less than 10%. But he does not know how they do it and control everything, including political power in Nigeria. Shameless old southern Nigerians, shameless Igbos and Yorubas that sit down there, major ethnic groups, and 10% are fighting you instead of you to support, to fight and chase these people away and take over what God has retained and protect what God has placed you. You are there fighting your brothers. The only thing you do is to go on social media to be politically correct in everything that you do. Someone's mic is on.
Go ahead.
We must engage and engage. Even in the hell, we must engage, because nobody fights for freedom with clean eyes. I tell you today, nobody fights for freedom with clean eyes. If you know whatever that you are going to do, the powers that you are going to get them and fight. for the freedom of your land. If not, the Hausas will be better than us. If you remember what happened, what one of them, Major Hassan Kassina from Kassina State, where Brigadier General or Major General Ikenwachuku Sumada came from, that would tell you the plan, the evil plan these people have for the Biafran people. His utterances that time would not have allowed any son of Biafra to survive that war. They were willing to destroy each and every one of us that time. But they failed because Chukwu Okike Abiama bears witness for each and every one of us. Thank you so much. I yield here.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. You have spoken very well. As always, you're always hitting it. And I thank you for that very wonderful contribution. Dear friends are listening and we're paying attention. The message is for all of us. The radical evangelism is in our hand, wherever you are watching from. Please like and share. Don't watch it alone. Don't be economical with the message. As you get it, you share to your neighbor, to your family and friends. Make sure that this message is getting to the grassroots. Very, very important. We must carry everybody along. That is one of the assignments that Martin Nandigano gave us. We must carry everybody along. Forget about those who doesn't want to play along. If they decide not to listen, it's up to them. But we must carry everybody along. And that is exactly what we are doing. Let's hear from my beloved sister, Divine Precious. Just joined us. Go ahead and talk to us. Divine Precious, you're there. Let's hear you. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Mazi Chooks. Good afternoon, Biafrans. I don't just know where to start from because every day we are like, all of us, we want to go home. Almost all of us. And the way things are happening, even though that it seems as if it's getting too long. But one thing we should have in mind is that this journey has been a journey that God has a kind of have signed that it's coming, is coming to pass. Just like the Bible said that instead of the word of God not to come to pass, the heaven and earth shall come to pass. As well, that a day in the eyes of God is how do they even state it? Is like 1 million in the eyes of man, something like that. And they will always tell you that
a thousand years in the eyes of God is like a day or a night in the eyes of God.
Right. I will mother. I will hide my brother. Thank you. So, all going to be feeling that you don't know how to put it. We always have somebody that will just carry you along. Exactly. That's what I meant to say. So, as well, some quotation they will tell you that just like end time, they will tell you Jesus is coming soon. I've seen that it has taken you know how many years now. 2000 and how many? That is 2000 plus. So all these things is what when you look at, there are some specific things that just like this our depression, that when God wants to do, it is so special that it needs to pass series of the tests before it will be confirmed. Our own story is different from whichever place that you might think of. Whenever that I think of this, I will always see it as because of this special race, because of these special people, because of this special, that will be a kind of history that every mankind would like to associate or read to learn from, because this is just, it will just be like Bible. If you look at whatever that is happening, if you relate it with Bible, there is nothing that is different. We have seen it all in this movement. So when people will be like, hey, let it happen today, let it happen tomorrow. Yes, as human, that is what everybody will be like, will be expecting to see. Even myself, I want it na. I want it to be like, okay, it is not done. Everybody should come home. But one thing we should have in mind is that when we have it like that in mind, it will look too long to achieve. But when we take it as normal and that God is at work and we are almost there, because when you look at the back, we see how long we have, how far God has taken us to, where we have left, where we are now, and where we are about to reach, which is the final destination. And only the those that are spiritual can understand that, even though that for even from our PM will tell you that when we get this our freedom, when we redeclare, that to put things in place, it will not be that like magic. It will continue to take, that is, we will continue to put things in place. It doesn't matter how, whether it will be by a week, whether it will be by months, whether it will be by years. But what matters is that all hands must be on deck till we actualize our nation, until we will make it to be the way that every man, that in fact, anybody that likes something that is good will see and say, yes, this is how it's supposed to be. That is what we have in mind to have as a nation, that people will emulate and learn from. So despite all that is happening, and I know it's not easy, it's not easy when you see your people dying, when, especially when it touches somebody directly, it is very, very painful. It is very, very kind of scary and a lot of things. But one thing we should bear in mind is that, remember the time of that they killed more than, there is millions. And now we didn't get what we want then. Now that God is already like using many dimensions to help us, because the other one was that we did it alone. Not only that, we don't even have anything we don't have much thing to defend ourselves. But yet it took 3 years that we have been fighting, not only in Nigeria, because if it is only Nigeria, they wouldn't even take us a month. But because of the giants of some countries that are that emerged to do all this harm, it took that long. Yet they were even like trying to give up. If not for that, there is no social media, according to how we understood it now, that they wouldn't have won us. But because there's no social media, they lied to them. The same lie that is going on now. But what is helping us now is that there is social media. Once they lie, God will, in one way or the other, bring it out to the public that will show that this is not true. And by then, people will take correction and know what is going on. If not, that time that they thought the people thought they won, they wouldn't have won us. Because had it been that there are things that how to know that what they are trying to do is lie. Can anybody hear
We
me?
can hear you.
I can't see. Okay, you can hear me, choose.
Go on, go ahead. We can hear you now.
All right. So there is nothing that we have not heard before. My coming in is just because of this Fulani man that that we are interviewing. I was saying that how he was laughing and nonchalantly, like, I was shaking my head. I entered and there was a distraction that made me to leave. That was, but my coming in there was that video. It was like I said, God, is this in juju or what? That people, when they tell you that absolute power corrupt absolutely, that is how I am saying, because they have people that are backing them up. That's
Of
why this
course.
nothing can stand and be laughing, because he knows that even as they are videoing him, that he has chances of maybe in one way or the other, people might come for him to rescue him. He has a kind of that courage, that a liberty to make him to laugh, even in the midst of the evil. Everything that they were asking him, he's saying yes, he did it. He's not having any remorse for what he has done. What is in his mind is that nothing will happen, and he cannot reveal any secrets about their own people. You see how they used to cover their own. But I know that this kind of thing, only in human life. Sometimes when somebody might be quiet, but there is a way you will harm somebody that is too quiet. If that person begin to retaliate, it will be too disastrous. And that is what I'm seeing that might happen anytime from now, because people, in fact, they have hurt a lot of people. Sometimes if I see some people that are killed, sometimes I feel like if I am die, in fact, even if I will die, let me just do something and die. I'll tell myself, you live to do it better than dying just like that. That's why when we are using it easy, or when our DPM is taking it easy, don't think that she doesn't know what to do. But sometimes when you do something by speed, it might cost more than what you have used slow to do. If God gave you wisdom, it's not about who do gara much, but it's about who use sense to get it done perfectly. The same thing when what they were complaining during the time of Mazen and the camp. The same thing with our leader with Simon. He's killing our people. He's not him doing it, and now Woto started out when he is now inside. Who will now start doing it? Okay, another person will start doing Woto, so to enter again. And besides, you see the world using indirectly to do things. They are not coming up publicly to show you how they are doing it. They know what is happening in our land. Instead of to go, they are calling it they are killing Christian. Instead of to specify it, the particular people that they are targeting. If we to say it is our land that is most targeted, but because the country have already failed, it is affecting everybody. Since they cannot get what they want now to connect everybody by fire by force. Since what they want they cannot, because it seems that their time is almost now, and since they cannot get it in food the way they want it, that they now start putting it out to those ones they have already captured. But to God be the glory till now, we are not yet conquered, and we believe that by God's grace, with time, all these things will be settled once and for all, and our joy will be permanent. So my brothers and sisters in the house, for people who are like, let it be today, it's like that in my mind too. But we should always understand that when they say Jesus is coming soon, it gives you the courage to have patience and not to be too in a hate. Yet, before you know it, if you look at the back, you see that it has been too long. So before you know it, you will see that coming, even though that is not what we used to know, is what we are knowing now. Because all this, most of things, what they told us in Bible are not true. But I don't want to go there. The only thing that I want to tell us is that faith will keep you going till you reach your destination. That is my aim of saying coming soon, is that just have it in mind, and before you know it, it will get done. Do your own, and the government doing their own. Before you know it, it will be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate you for that
amazing truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you see, in line with what my sister just said right now, the motive, the intention of this caliphate, this evil Fulani arms terrorists, when this boy that I'm telling you now, they call Pulo, for real, on that Dr. Damage's platform, I don't know whether it was Kene, because I tried to enter, they didn't allow me to enter. I struggled and struggled and struggled to enter. They didn't allow me to enter. And somebody asked him a particular question. He said, this guy, in the first place, said, I did not justify what the armed Fulani terrorists are doing right across the country. They're buying and so on and so forth. It is not part of them. Later on, another question was thrown to him. Hear me, oh, this is the answer. How do we, that some people are now telling them that they will chase Fulanis out of Nigeria? And these are Fulanis that have bare children, married, intermarried, this and this and this and this and this and that. how do we now want to kill the generation of those people that committed those crimes against the indigenous people? Is that right? He was now indicting in the old southern Nigeria, including the Biafran people, just like that Igbo Fulani boy that was saying, how are you going to kill us or chase us away in a place that we were born to know because of what their people did? He now gave us a reference. The UK, the colonial imperialists that came and robbed us of our everything, including our dignity. Are we now saying that we are going to fight the generations of those people that did those evil to the people? That was the question this guy was asking us. Under the comment section, I was fuming. I was fuming. They never allowed me to get in there. Supposing I got in there, it could have been a different thing. Maybe Dr. Damages wouldn't have allowed me to speak the way I was speaking, because he tried to micromanage Kene, one of our own, a Biafran, who is campaigning for the evil and the need for us to destroy that Kene. That is my Namoche. I have the same opinion with him, the same line of thought anytime we enter into that platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, brother.
Please choose 5 minutes because I'm about to leave. I just want to drop one information I saw on Twitter. That you remember these people closed a school even when the school is on.
Yeah.
So now the northern governors have reopened the school while the students are going on Easter holiday. So they just want to make sure that they wipe away the normal school program in Nigeria and install the Islamic school program. So, and any person that is still thinking that these people didn't know what they're doing, that person is just fooling himself. And they are crying because their governors and the Oba of Benin have stopped and removed all the arms from the vigilante. So all the vigilante now are crying because they asked them to drop any gun. They seized all their guns.
Yeah.
So they don't even have anything to defend themselves, and they are crying in Edo State.
Okay.
So my people, the people who we are dealing with know where they are going, but the problem we have is the people from the south don't know where they're supposed to go and what they're supposed to do. And there is no other way to do it except this what we are doing and fighting for our independence and freedom. Because these people have program, but they cannot come and tell you we have program. Oh. That is the problem I'm having with people. The people who is fighting against us, the people who is sabotaging what we are doing. Some people think they will come and tell them, I'm a sabo. He can never do that. He will fight as if he is doing something. But his programs will tell you what he stands for. So somebody cannot tell me he's fighting for Biafra and he refused that Biafra cannot be declared. Somebody cannot tell me he's fighting for Biafra and they take Simon and he stopped the armies to act. And he's telling he's fighting for Biafra. So it is for people to wake up early. The earlier is the better. Because many people, I was having many calls from our forum, calling to tell them that in this forum we want to know the people who are active and those who are not active. Some are telling me we want to stay, we don't want to do anything until Simon Ekpan is out. So you want to be in the forum, you are not contributing, you are not doing anything, you just want to be there until Simon Ekpan is out. It wasn't how Simon Ekpan did before when they took Simon Ekpan. So, my people, thank you for this program. Choose, please. I encourage you to continue what you are doing, and God will bless every one of you. Thank you, and good afternoon, because I have appointments.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. You just made a very important contribution, and on that update he brought. You see, the only thing is that Nigerian people never learn. They never learn. they will continue to make the same mistake over and over. They should go and ask Plateau people what happened when they took away their weapon from them. This is in preparation for the reprisal attack of the Fulanis. They intentionally wanted the Fulanis to come in and take vengeance. So anytime you see them, they disarm the citizens. The next thing that you do is that you see them coming. They did it in Plateau State. They did it in Benue State. After disarming the people, then the Fulanis will come in and take lives, as many as they can. And the Edo people should brace themselves up, not only to come on social media and make noise and talk about irrelevant issues. The time has come. This is why the Biafran government have gone ahead and declare and put to law the right to self-defense. Every Biafran, if you have not yet built your own defense, you're wasting your time. The first line of defense should be yourself. Plan your defense yourself. You plan it. Build a defense for yourself as a Biafran. Don't wait until the government comes. You must begin to do something before the government arrives. The Liberation Army of Biafra are in all the 40 states, but I bet you they have limitations and you know the obstacles they have to face before they get there. So at least you have to fight on, put on a defense before they arrive. This advice I've been given a long time ago. And when we say it, it will seem as if we are saying something that is not acceptable. But even in their own government, they copied that very line of thought from us and they are preaching it to themselves. Most of you have seen the video from the DSS that I played here a long time ago. But when our Deputy Prime Minister talked about self-defense, some of you fought against it and you begin to think otherwise. The earlier you wake up and begin to build your defense yourself, the better. The government is going to do everything humanly possible to see that land of Biafra is protected. But you also have to do your own part. People in those states, disarming you is creating a room for Fulanis to attack. And I bet you in a very short while, you're going to hear what will happen. It happened in Plateau State, happened in Benue State, and this will not be different. Whenever they disarm the citizens, they are only making a ground, creating a ground for the Fulani terrorists to come and attack. That is why we call Nigerian government a terrorist government. And there are many people involved in this, including your own local governors, including your own communities, your traditional rulers that are involved in this very agenda of allowing Fulanis to take over. They have all sold out. That's why your defense lies in your hand. That's why self-defense is non-negotiable at this point in time. If you are in that contraption called Nigeria, an indigenous person, prepare yourself for what is coming. I thank everybody that have been on this platform today from beginning to end. We have spent more than 3 hours and we're going to be rounding it up now. So let's allow my beloved brother Maxwell give us a closing remark as we are closing up the program today. We're going to be closing up the program. And I see my beloved sister, Obi, is still there. She's following up with us and she's in our office. I know she can't be able to contribute. So thank you for being with us, our beloved sister, Obi. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. So my beloved brother, Maxwell, give us a closing remark as we round up.
The only closing remark that I will give to each and every one of us is that hand that is going to make you to enter into trouble, cut it off. It is the word in the Bible. It's an advice in the Bible. That thing, that hand that is going to cause you, to fall into trouble, cut it off. You see, the sowing of the seed of life from this Fulani men into our women is going to raise a lot of dust in the Biafran land, especially in the Igbo-speaking part of Biafra. Our women, no matter how hungry you are, stay away from these people. Stay away. They are using you to get into our system. They are using you to corrupt the tradition and customs of the Igbo-speaking part of Biafra. Stop it. Stop it so that we will not face what the Northerners, indigenous Northerners faced. It was this same intermarriage that they started doing. They were calling them Hausa Fulani, like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. Today, Today, Bala Muhammad of, I think, Adamawa State was the person that came on national TV to tell them that he is Fulani first before Nigeria. And the Fulani man in Bayelsa is a Bayelsan. A Fulani man in Enugu is an Enugu man. A Fulani man in Abia State, where my mother comes from, is an Abian. You see the hypocrisy? This is what they would do, and they were going to achieve it if our women did not, our ladies did not advise themselves. If you do not advise yourselves, it is easier for a man to control a wife than for a woman to control her husband. It's a fact. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to bless each and every one of you that have sat at home today. May God continue to bless you, those that contributed anonymously or in person on Saturday. I say, may God continue to bless you and replace where all those monies are coming from. Yes, I know it is not much, but it's better than nothing. Remember also, if the Nigerian government cannot protect a brigadier general that was kidnapped by terrorists in the north, they will not protect you. They will not protect you. Do you know that the brigadier general was kidnapped, I think, in Abuja? And they had to, source for fund. They were campaigning for fund to contribute. Fellow generals and military officers contributed money. They, according to what I say, is it 400 million naira? I don't know how much they paid at last. They have to contribute money to free a brigadier general, a one-star general in the Nigerian army. Tell me what America would do if you kidnap even a private soldier, not to talk of a brigadier, one-star general. That is what awaits every one of us if we continue to play political correctness, continue to fight our brothers and sisters that have brought their life, put their life on the line to defend their ancestral home. The least you would do is to support them than to begin to castigate them on social media, etc. God bless Mazen Nambekam. God bless Simon Ekpa. God bless each and every one of you. May God bless Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze and everything that she is doing. May God continue to bless and protect her against the evil known and unknown that are pursuing her. Those campaigns of calumny or smear campaign that they are propaganda that they are unleashing on her will never work. As long as people like Jukes, people like you and me are surrounding her. Thank you so much, and may God bless each and every one of you. I yield.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. I appreciate you for that very conclusion. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everyone that have been with us from this program from beginning to the end. And I think I have to read out this update. This is an update that was posted on Biafran platform just about 1 hour ago, the United States of Biafra government platform. Update was played a diplomatic update. And the diplomatic update says, I want you to pay attention. The diplomatic update says, diplomatic update from the Department of Foreign Affairs. As we continue to notify nations of our independence, the Foreign Affairs Department has officially notified governments of the following countries of the Declaration of Restoration of the May 30th, 1967 Declaration of the independence of the Republic of Biafra by the way of referendum through its diplomatic unit. The governments include, I want you to pay attention, these are the governments that have been notified by Biafran government officially. These are the governments that have been notified officially by Biafran government. Number one, the Republic of South Africa, the Republic of Ghana, Republic of Rwanda, Republic of Botswana, Republic of Mali, the Gabonese Republic, United Republic of Tanzania, the Republic of Niger, the Republic of Zambia, the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire. The recognition of states by existing states is nothing more than expressing the willingness to enter into relation with that state. In other words, accepting the existing condition of statehood. You can see that the government of Biafra is not resting. The government of Biafra is busy 24/7 doing what they have to do. And all that is needed today is your support. Continue to support the United States of Biafra so that we can achieve success in everything we are doing. Recognition and full restoration of the ground is what the government is pursuing, and we are going to get it no matter what the enemies are doing, no matter the distractions. We will never allow ourselves to get distracted. Remember, our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is going to have a question and answer section that is coming up very soon. Wherever you are in Biafra land or any part of the world, make sure you join that question and answer section. It's going to come up on Friday. It's coming up on Friday. So many of you must have seen the flyer. If you have not seen the flyer, now you see the flyer and the link is there. There will be question and answer section on Friday, being it's going to be on Friday, April 11th. 11th April by 7 p.m. Biafra time. Prepare your questions. There are many questions that are bothering you as you are watching this program. You might get certain questions you want to ask. If you have any question you want to ask, don't miss that program. On Friday, 11th of April, 2025. Make sure you are there to ask your question. The Deputy Prime Minister and the members of the cabinet are going to come out to answer questions. So if you have any question you want to ask, make sure you are part of that program. It's going to be hosted on the Zoom. The Zoom link is out, and you're going to join the link, and then you ask your question and wait to receive your response. Please don't miss that program. It is very important. I appreciate everyone, and I thank everyone that has participated on today's Sit at Home. It is a massive success as always. Without enforcement, Biafrans are making their decision to get out of the zoo by all means necessary, and we are all going home. I appreciate everyone that has played a role in one way or the other to see that the United States of Biafra continue to move forward. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your contributions. All those who are in homeland and those who are outside the country, wherever you are, may Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect you. My fellow Biafrans, we have come to the end of the program, and we are going to be back again tomorrow sometimes. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect our leaders, our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, and our Deputy Prime Minister Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect all of them. Give them more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that they can continue to lead us until we get to the promised land. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next time. Stay blessed.
Natulaje bano mabuli vemelem. Otibe kuena tulane bovo. Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule hule. Dani moda tulilu. Naya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali woso jere futamba kanjuba diali. Ama abulezi okwenu. Nabakala kelwego nezienwe. Nubota kala kelwego nudezi. Makana baba neno waralu nunuteyi. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Umu Biafra kunyenwe. Unanu kwani bono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe. Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu banatai. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makana juko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe. Naka ni kwata million ke pa kwacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamanu. Umu Biafra kuyenwe. Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo. Makano fobi abakama. Nala nugo nuwe. Biafra na mekele umunina. Nkabo nkani. Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakeneli. Okwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope. And the Biafra is our religion. God did not want to cheers a moon or be born here. Where's the can argue? I don't know what you quote. Ikemba one of Biafra land among them. The one I got a my phone the motor the baby the beach and the mountain. I was a good word in my libonine. The word in my lobia from you. To make what you cool. Papa gisi kana logi Philippo F young. Abaze kwa mwake kuloku wekusi okusi na Biafra ye kunyo. Na ya bu Biafra ya tulugo wena. Na bulu na ya bu Biafra ye kuigo. Noko gule mwata na kana ele. Abagise kana logo nyendu manzi nande kano. Amadike Biafra kedebi nodike. Amadike Biafra bialu.
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of the accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them this is what this is what happens. Nobody wants to do it. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can
the Biafra government they don't have exile cabinet. Natugunanda na ya ba unuba. Bakano ya sulobe ya toka imaluge nui. Jisioni ike. Kenelo Mondi Biafra Revelation Army Umuchukwu. The angels of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na no. Aduwe kene nunama. Na no jisi kenon. Atugo ya ba urume. Umuchukwu. Umuchukwene. The Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Webber. Muzikwa Tobio. Atwale le mo Biafra bianunu. Anonganga piotembe wile name.
I can show you, you will not see.
Yes. Mwana papo vya kenelio. Odagiri dimu. Ose fulu dilo vya nuluwe. Makwale na kosa de maranya. Mweji mwagu kojilo sino de lonka sojilo yati di sojilo we walasa. Muzikwe wabato biye. Ogada gidi kebya nulu. Mweji wala niyo. Kujine tukujele ndi Biafra na nulu. Nuna beke nege. Asimona adele Biafra ni na nama. Asino adele ni na nama. Mandanye na bono mweno utelanyi welien. Mandanye na bono nudonu no mwe. Makana mbona boke kwe na bodike. Moya na no moya no. No bivo ye dobeli nedere no wama believe emeleme. A good legacy will last forever, my believe emeleme. And the remembrance of my bless you.